yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like last time, baby. What is going on? We gotta play the correct intro, baby. You know, because it is October. Happy October, everyone! Celebrating the best holiday of the year, and they have returned. The legends are here. That's right, Jeff. Are you frozen?
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm here.
The legends have returned. That's right. The GEARE Brothers. Darren and Jeff, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, brothers.
Happy to be back, man.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
having us, buddy. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
Because once in a while we would message each other for fun, and me and Jeff send each other funny memes, and I'm just sitting there and stuff, right? And we'll, on Instagram we'll have some fun. We'll message each other like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And some funny stuff, right, or horror related stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "Wait a minute, hold on a second!" And I got, on Facebook you get those share a memory moment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that popped up, and I looked at that. I was like, "Wait, no way." No way, man. It's been a year. A whole entire year went by since the last time we hung out here on the channel. I was like, oh my God. I was tripping. I had to send voice messages to Jeff.
Yeah.
I was dude, how is that possible? Like, even Jeff was like, no.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
we assumed maybe 5 months went by.
Yeah, 5-6 months.
5-6 months went by. A whole year has gone by. Man, time flies, man. Oof. But yeah, hopefully for you guys, hopefully for you two, the time flew because you were having fun.
Yeah, definitely. There's been some fun.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to? We'll start with Darren.
Well, we've been through most of that year. We have been writing. I'll tell you that. So we have just finished a script that we are super proud of. We're really, really psyched. And
nice.
Now the WGA strike officially just ending.
Right.
We are now we're now getting stuff rolling again. So
nice.
Yeah, excited to finally have all that, because it was funny. We finally kind of came out of the cave of writing, and it was like, oh boy, this strike is like really this thing's really going the distance. And so so it gave us more time to polish up other things and keep writing on other stuff. But yeah, we are very, very, very stoked on a new baby.
I'm excited.
So
let me guess. It's about a samurai with a gray beard who's PHAT fat, and he slices up zombies with a katana. Is that what it is?
Well, it's you're shockingly close.
Look, if anything, you're giving us some good ideas. All right.
Well, if you ever need to kill me off in one of your movies, I'm here. So
that will happen for sure.
Yes. But what is going on, chat? I didn't forget about you, baby. That's right. We got chat watching right now. Thanks again for tuning in. Today's just a hangout. We are relaxing. I'm hanging out with my brothers from another mothers. That's right. They have returned. But Anubis in the house. He says, love me some GEARE Brothers.
Anubis.
Oh, yeah.
Anubis.
There we go. Zombie war. Here we go, fellow metalheads and horror fans. Yes. But Brian's throwing it up there. That's right. Zombie, I can guess, but he wants to know, what was your favorite, the most fun you had? What movie project was that?
Oh, Lord.
First off, Darren's been on way more than me, so I only have a choice of like 2 or 3. Darren's got like 200 or 300.
Out of the 3, Jeff, which one did you enjoy the process of, or making the most? Which one did you had the most fun?
It has to be the Retaliators. I mean,
yes.
it just, that was the other ones. I was really little. I don't have that many memories of it. It's more like, childhood memory. It's not like making movies memory as much,
Yeah.
The other things I've worked on were when I was younger as well as an actor, and I I had such a profound moment, many moments on the set. And I would say it to Jeff, because Jeff and I, we played music together too. So, we have, we've definitely experienced the rush of performing on stage and experienced
nice
artistic endeavors of different kinds. And, being on set and watching the really phenomenal actors live and breathe the dialogue that Jeff and I had spent, a year working, acting out in the writing room, to then watch it come to life, and with cranes and all these extras and dead, fake body parts and fake heads. I mean, it was just, honestly, it was a rush like I had never had. And what was so interesting about it was, rather than having to perform in the moment, it's like we had already done all the work. So we got to show up and just cruise around and just really be in the moment and present and enjoy it, which was unlike performing, in another way. Because when you're performing, you're sort of in the moment and kind of in a zone, not really enjoying it, but it's a different kind of thing. You're still performing, but this was just this sort of like, it was a rush like no other. So long answer to say it was 100% the Retaliators. No question.
Yes.
Well, and Darren, awesome. you had you had been on some pretty epic sets though.
Yeah. I was on the Hocus Pocus set.
When you look like a model, that'll get you places.
You're referring to Jeff, I assume.
Yeah. Look, I do what I do.
Eric, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, Eric. We have another question here. Zombie Warrior says, "Hey, how do I audition for or be part of some of your films?"
Dude, here's the fun thing is that with the Retaliators, we needed lots of there were a lot of fun parts for, especially, some zombified subhuman creatures and a lot of it was cool because we were able to put people in those roles and have fun with that. So just hit us up on Instagram at the GEARE Brothers, and just
in the description box below of this video. So you guys want to hit them up. Yeah, for
absolutely.
Sure. But let me chime in here now. Okay, because the Retaliators, I'm telling everybody watching right now, that's one of my favorite films of last year, baby. That's right. It scratched the itch. Violence, gore, thrills, chills, and spills, action, and metal. Yeah, so you guys have got to see it. I put it down in the banner right there below this whole stream where you guys can go watch it. Amazon Prime, it's on Tubi as well. But you know how we are. We're movie fans or movie collectors. I know you guys are too. So show them the Blu-rays, baby. Oh, yeah. That's right. Get it up there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Badass. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah. Actually, I got to blow up the Darren here for a second. The poster's epic in the back.
Yeah. Got a nice poster going up there.
Yeah, that's what's up. And another amazing poster, which is my perfect segue to remind everyone. Hold on a second. Yes, the last time the legends were hanging out with the Samurai Guy, we reviewed 10 to Midnight. Yeah, baby. You guys have got to watch this episode. Is 10 to Midnight really that bad? We go through it. We go through it. It is epic. It is hilarious. I was able to show actual footage. It is one of the best videos here. Actually, all the videos we do. Like the one before that where we reviewed Manos the Heads of Fate
that was
versus the werewolf one. What was it?
Howling 7.
Howling 7. You guys have to watch that too. That is epic and hilarious. And again, I was able to show footage and get away with it because I follow the rules. But you guys have got to. Well, oops, I clicked the wrong picture. But go to the merch shop and get some Samurai Guy merch. That's right, represent Movie Dojo Army. But yeah, you guys have got to watch this. It is epic. It is epic. I think this was around the time where I was trying to do highlights of our videos, and I got so backed up with projects. See, what happens is a new interview comes up, movie reviews, new interview, movie reviews, new interview, and then I have to keep going. It's hard to make time to go backtrack, which is crazy because I'm just now posting clips and highlights of when I had CJ Graham, Tom Matthews, and Tom McLaughlin from Jason Lives. That interview was 2 years ago, and I'm just now posting highlights from it. But hey, it's good to get it out there so people know that they hung out here with the Samurai Guy on the channel. Yeah, and don't forget, guys, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Friday the 13th. That's right, hang out with Samurai Guy and Hellraiser himself, Doug Bradley. Yes, going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking about The Exorcist with director Jose Prendez and some other awesome badassities. That is tomorrow, so make sure you guys don't forget about that. But let me see here. Oh, we have another chat here. Anubis says, I have review of Retaliators on his channel. That's right. He reviewed the film. Yes. Yeah. I think he hated it, though. I think he said it was like it was garbage.
I messaged him personally. I said, I will never forget this, Anubis.
Yeah. It was like negative stars, right? Yeah. It was like -0.
It might have been a dash. I don't know. Maybe I read it all wrong.
Anubis's review was really cool. It's really great.
It was awesome.
Anubis was a fan of the Exorcist film as well, so he enjoyed that. I think he reviewed that, and he interviewed Jose on there. If you hear a lot of ruckus and crazy stuff, we got a little Halloween kitty running around, a little black cat.
Oh, nice.
Running around causing ruckus. What are you doing? Anyway, but we are here to hang out and catch up, man, because you guys have de-aged. You using some CGI filter camera to make you guys younger? What's going on?
Well, I lost a little weight. I could tell from that photo up there with the beanie. I was like, oh my gosh. I look so much better now. We got to do, use this one. No, but
I was joking around with him earlier. I was like, I have fully embraced my Samurai the White image.
That's good.
Salt and pepper Samurai. But cheers to the Gear Brothers.
Darren does more like adrenochrome, I think.
Cheers to the Gear Brothers and everybody else watching. Thanks again for hanging out. Let me get a little sippity sip.
What are you drinking? We are going to talk about Samurai. What are you drinking there?
Just let's see, Monster. Monster energy juice, Mango Loco. Yeah. I'm trying to be a good boy, and I've been drinking more tea recently.
Oh, that's good.
And but once in a while, I need to kick. You know what I'm saying? Get that coffee in there or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, we are here to talk horror. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right into it. What horror movies have you guys watched recently? If you've watched any recently.
Darren, actually, you recommended one to me recently that I watched.
There was one I saw called
Influencer.
It's called Influencer. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen that one, Samurai?
No.
It's, and I stand by this. Wish it had a different title because it sort of makes it sound like it's a social media movie or something.
Right.
It's probably for marketing purposes they called it Influencer because you watch the movie and you go, a little bit of a stretch to even call it Influencer. You see why they call it that, of course, but super good movie. I think you're right, Anubis. I think I saw it on Shudder. It was one of those ones I just kind of was like, let me just pop it on. And I was just really taken with the performances. The main actress in it is
nice,
fantastic in it. Really, really good. great twists and turns. It's almost has like a little bit of a Hitchcock kind of feel, but
Really?
it's definitely
Yeah, I
horror.
see
I mean,
what you're saying
it's another notch above. Like, it is not. That's what I'm saying. The title kind of cheapens it a little bit. It doesn't feel like you're going to be watching this sophisticated kind of, and when I say sophisticated, I don't mean like elevated horror. I just mean it's well written, it's well executed, it's very but it's fun and it's dark, and I was a big fan. And then, so Jeff, you just watched it, right?
I just watched it. Yeah, completely blew me away. I mean, just for the reasons you gave, I loved it. Goes in unexpected ways. I love when a movie really outsmarts me, where I'm like, wow, I did not see that coming at all.
Outsmarting you. Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of the joy of movies, right? I mean, you kind of get a good movie will just outsmart you at every turn, because the people who've written these things have put a lot of work into making sure that smart audiences, and I think actually I think most audiences are smart, really. I think that's what makes writing difficult,
right.
Is they really are ahead of you almost all the way. If you watch movies with like your friends and stuff, I watch movies with my sisters a lot and stuff, and they'll just the whole time they'll just predict the movies as I'm going. I have an easier time of shutting that off, but yeah. But yeah, this is a great movie if you're trying
Influencer. There you go, guys. We got a recommendation. If the GEARE Brothers recommended, it's legit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun movie. And then I think the other, I mean, for me, I just think if I'm looking at
what was the review one?
Horror of this year thus far, I really think the new Evil Dead. I just really love that. The Evil Dead Rise.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that might be my favorite so far of this year as well. There was another movie though, real quick. Darren, there's another one you recommended me. It was kind of like Rear View Window a little bit. It took place in Romania. I think it's a one-word film. She moves in with, like, her and her boyfriend move out to Romania, and he's gone away at work all day, and she's home alone and notices a guy across the way staring at her, staring at her. It's usually only like a silhouette.
Yeah. That's called, I
don't know if she's being crazy or
I think it's called Watcher.
Watcher. That's it. Recommend that one too.
Really good. Yeah. I may even put that, if I'm going this year, and I think that's a 2023.
I'm looking it up.
I think it's either Watcher or it's Watcher.
Okay.
That one, just for the tastiness and it's so tight and tightly written. And another one that's got a little bit of a Hitchcock vibe to it.
Last year. Sorry.
It was all right. 22.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we just saw it recently. We both consume so many movies because we're
old or new movies. It doesn't have to be recent.
Yeah, we're in and out.
We're talking horror. Yeah.
And we're in and out of like so many different decades, and we dip in and out of genres, and we're truly so schizophrenic.
That's us.
So we get behind on stuff all the time, where it'll be like, oh shit, never saw this, or this one completely missed us. So it is kind of random, the ones we end up finally hitting,
Have you seen No One Can Save You on Hulu yet?
No. Looks good, but
I'm really interested. I just reviewed it, but don't watch my review because it's spoilers.
Okay.
I have some nitpicks. I'm a little mixed on the ending, but I would love to hear what you guys think about it, because what it did right though was it nailed suspense the whole way through, and
love that.
Yeah, and no dialogue, bro.
That's what I heard, and that's what made me want to watch it. I'm like, it's such a great.
It's good. It's probably and that's probably most likely why it didn't get released in theaters. The studios probably freaked out. They were like, "Nah, man, we can't. we can't risk this." But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. The one that's getting so much hype and buzz this year, Talk to Me. Have you seen that yet?
Gosh, I'm glad. Here's the thing is I that is on my list. It's on my list. I meant to see it in theaters, and I can't remember why I missed it. But yeah, I missed its run in the theaters, and I just haven't done the streaming of it yet. But I keep seeing articles pop up on like.
I'm curious what you two have to say about it.
Okay,
I want to see, because I'm like, sometimes movies get too hyped up, and most likely it's probably well made. It's probably fine, but is it the greatest horror movie we've seen in 20 years? I don't know about all that.
Yeah, a lot of that just, I mean, every movie that comes out, right, it seems like this is the greatest greatest horror movie in the last 20 years. It's the greatest movie since The Exorcist, and you're just like, look, come on, man. We don't even know this for like 5 years after a movie comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, Anubis just said that he watched Totally Killer last night. I wonder what he thought of Totally Killer.
How was that, Anubis?
Yeah,
I see people reviewing that right now.
I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it. I hadn't registered whether it was like I needed to.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I put it on my list though. Me and Darren also saw. I know we saw it because we talked about it recently, but independently we both saw the Clove Hitch Killer.
How is that?
I liked it.
Surprisingly good. Yeah,
all right.
I dipped in skeptical, but I ended up being like, wow, this is really, I mean, the performance of the lead actor was really good.
We have to wait for his review. So
all right. That's if you're into serial killer horror, if you're into serial killer horror, I would say Clove Hitch is a step above. It's very
grounded.
It's grounded. It's very well acted. I couldn't help it. It was sort of the writer in my brain. I was like, I kind of saw a little bit of a different ending the ride is very intense and very cool and pretty unpredictable. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. I enjoyed the fuck out of The Fly 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh my God. So I've never seen The Fly 2.
Oh.
I've never seen it, and I heard it was one of the worst sequels in horror movie history.
It's a horrible reputation, yeah.
And I was like, I watched it, and I'm like, dude, this is like good. Like, I'm enjoying it. The practical effects are amazing. The creature effects are amazing. There's great kills. There's gore. There's excitement. And it's different because it's not your typical of, like, because Jeff Goldblum's character, I mean, the original, is it better than the first one? No. But is it the worst? But is it the worst horror sequel ever? No, not even close. What's up?
This is Eric Stoltz, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of it, man. Like, I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, it is not the worst horror sequel in movie history. I'm like, dude, it's fun, man. It's a good time.
That's going on my list.
much like we talk about the movies that usually get that just overpraise.
Yeah,
it is interesting how movies that usually get just super hated on, or especially sequels, sometimes you go revisit them and you're like, wait a minute, what the heck, this is actually pretty good. I saw Fly 2 when it came out, so I was young. I have no memory of it. I rented it when it was. I think I snuck it when my parents were asleep or something, and I remember it freaked me out, and because it was all the gore and everything else. But I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I remember trailers.
Revisit it.
Best trailers ever.
Yeah, revisit it, man. Like, it's fun. Like, I was like, had a smile on the whole time. I was like, this is great. This is great. And it's not like, what's different about this one is, Jeff Goldblum's character, it's one of those fuck around and find out. I was like, well, Jeff Goldblum's character, like half of his character really wanted to do some good, but the other half's like, well, I do need some credit, and I need to, people are calling me crazy. I got to show them, But what's interesting about Fly 2 is he's not a bad guy. And it's kind of fucked up what happens to him in the movie. But I won't spoil anything else. But it's great, man. It's fun.
Yeah. Interested to see that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. These are all the little mini movies I reviewed recently, and I'll just give you my quick thoughts on them. My quick thoughts on them. So this one, it's a horror western I reviewed, and it's not bad for something like extremely low budget.
I love it, dude. That looked
I'm
cool.
fucking in. I mean, it's giving me Howling 7 vibes already.
Oh, Howling 7 vibes. But like
it's not as fun as that movie.
Let's be clear. Nothing's as fun as Howling 7.
Yeah. Come on.
Be funner than that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a low budget, one location movie, and you have these guys facing off against a werewolf.
I'm intrigued.
It needed more action. It needed a better finale. But for what it was solid. And we have this Filipino zombie action movie, Day Zero. The action is great. Brendan Vera's great. Does martial arts. He uses a zombie's mouth, the teeth, to cock the gun and keep shooting some other zombies. he German suplexes a zombie on its head. Like if that's all you want, like you don't want a good story or ending, but you want just killing and action. You're gonna like Day Zero. Now, me and Lady Fat Blood, we have these Dare movies. We're like, all right, let's give it 5 minutes. Let's give it 5 minutes and see if we're going to keep watching it.
Oh, yeah.
We did Chupacabra versus the Alamo.
Dude, what a great title.
Look at the green screen in the back. Look at that glorious look at that glorious green screen in the back.
What do you mean this was one of your Dare movies? That's been a Saturday night, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we bought like this, like one of those 6-pack monster movie pack DVDs, and it was in there, and we were just avoiding it for forever, and we're like, fuck it, let's watch it. And we were with a lot of these low budget monster films, especially this being a sci-fi original. A lot of the times it's what hurts it. It's not the bad special effects. What hurt or the story or acting. What hurts a lot of these movies, they're boring. Yeah. They're fucking boring. Right. There's nothing happening. Right. I highly recommend Chupacabra versus the Alamo. Wow. It is hysterically funny and entertaining. On my list. It is hysterically funny and entertaining. We couldn't believe we were I think we were midway of the film. I turned to my wife and I was like, I can't believe we're enjoying this. I can't believe we're enjoying this movie. He sticks a shotgun. Eric Estrada, Chips, sticks a shotgun into a Chupacabra's mouth and says, "Chupa this," and blows.
Yes.
You gotta watch it. I think it's on Tuba. It's on Tuba. My God. I think it's on Tubi.
Well, dude, Tubi's got some. I mean, have you been seeing those either TikToks or Instagram reels going around?
Tubi be wilding out.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Wilding out.
It's so funny,
dude. I can't believe how wild these movies get. I'm like, it really makes me want to make a Tubi movie.
I think you guys should.
But that's why Tubi is truly like my favorite streaming app, because
they really
has everything. Because
everything,
you can literally
and it's free.
It's free. It feels like, you know what it is? It's the closest to giving you the going in the video store feeling on an app, because you can go to the Scorsese drama aisle. You can go martial arts,
foreign cinema. Yeah.
You can go to the classics. You can go to film noir. You can
watch Mask. And I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the cartoon.
Yeah. No, I mean, they have TV series. I mean, so it's like their library is just so deep. And then they have those Chupacabra level titles, but that gives you that, like every good video store, you are going to have that straight to video section. Like you were going to have that Blockbuster.
Yes.
You're going to see the new releases. You're going to see the Academy Award winners. You're going to see the mockbusters. You're going to see the freaking,
you're not going to get that from Netflix.
No, you're not going to get that on Amazon Prime. You get it a little, but
they serve their own role. Like, I mean, because when you get a Netflix, it's you have a different expectation of each of these services, and they're all good in their own way. But Tubi, I think it makes it's got that little extra charm on it because you get that depth into straight to video movies.
Yeah,
what the equivalent of that is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our bread and butter, dude.
Home of the best independent hood films. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's thank you, Sexy Sumo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But no, you guys
Sumo or
I know.
I'm looking at you, Phat Samurai.
Yeah, if it says Tubi, this is the other thing about Tubi. It tells you about their branding too.
Yeah.
If it's and I don't know if there's any other streamer, I mean, at least for my loyalty and my money, if I see Tubi original, I will throw it on. Now, it will most likely be terrible.
Yeah.
But I like to give it a shot and give it a whirl. And it's usually like it's entertainingly bad. And it's just one of those, like how a good, because I love those, some of those like really bad Lifetime thriller and horrors. I love those.
Oh yeah,
those are great.
Well, and this is good bad right here. and this is on Tubi.
That looks so badass.
Yeah. What I love about Tubi is all the things you guys just said. But like you have the I think what they call it on Instagram, Jeff, they call it like Tubi must be stopped. I think that's the hashtag.
Yeah.
Right. And then they'll play a hilarious clip, right?
Well, they had that one that guy walked in and kills his
with the bullets. Yeah.
Did you see the one where the guy walked? He wore like a brown suit, and he's talking to another guy, and then they're like, "Hey, let's go. We got to go in this room to continue the scene." He walks into the room. He has a different suit on.
Yeah.
Like it's hilarious.
Right. When he walks back out of that room, he's got even a different suit on.
He got a different suit on.
Fuck yeah.
So you have that, but then you have one of the best Korean action drama suspense thrillers, The Man from Nowhere, which you guys have got to see that movie. The Man from Nowhere is amazing. Yeah, you have that on there. So again, Darren's right. Like you have your bad, you have your good bad, but you have your actual legit movies.
Yeah,
are on there. But what I like about Tubi also is you will come across something. You'll just browse, and you'll come across TV shows and movies you had no idea existed.
Lost media archives.
Did you guys know? You guys know the Greatest American Hero show, right?
Oh fuck yeah!
Did you know there was a Greatest American Heroine? No. Yes, it's on Tubi.
Oh my! Yeah. Who is the heroine?
They brought in this female to take over.
Oh, it was post William Cat.
Yeah. It's an actual like legit. They try to do a new show, so they made this pilot.
Jeff, that show you were a little too young for that show.
Right.
It was like one of the coolest. It was like for around our age. Yeah, it was the best.
He gets alien powers. He becomes like a superhero, but it's hilarious because it's a comedy. Yeah, because he doesn't know how to use his powers.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to figure shit out.
This is just a TV show.
It's called The Greatest American Hero.
Oh,
when you hear the theme song,
you might remember. You know it.
You might remember the theme song. You don't even have to watch the show.
Seinfeld.
Yeah,
George from Seinfeld did a parody of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But they did it. It was a failed pilot, Darren, because that pilot obviously there was no show. But just being introduced that there was a pilot, like they tried to do it. They even did. We came across a pilot on Tubi for Remo Williams, bro. They tried to make a show out of Remo Williams.
Whoa! Who was Remo?
I forgot the name of. He was on a show called The Raven. He played Raiden in the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show. I forgot the name of the actor, but he was Remo Williams, and they tried to do it, but that failed. But again, you're like, we just discovered a show called Immortal. I was like, what the hell is The Immortal? What the hell is that? We weren't even looking for it on Tubi. And I clicked on it and I was like, oh my God, there's a TV show that was made in Canada where it's basically Highlander. Think of Highlander because he's immortal.
Yeah.
But instead of fighting other immortals, he fights demons that look like humans, the human form, played by Lorenzo Lamas.
Oh.
And this is like a 20-something episode show. We were like, where did this show come from?
That sounds fun.
Wow.
We tried watching it for good bad purposes, but it ended up being bad. We only got we only got like 2 to 3 episodes in, and we were like, we can't do this. This is bad.
Yeah, that's trying to find good bad movies.
You
might just get a bad movie.
Yeah.
Anubis, that episode was hilarious.
That was fun, brother. Yeah,
that
man.
Was a fun episode.
I think about that one all the time. Actually,
we did. What did we do? It was American Werewolf in Paris
versus
Fright Night.
Fright Night 2.
Fright Night 2. Oh, Fright Night 2 was so good.
Yeah. Now
it was really good.
I will admit it now. I will admit it now. That was a classic versus episode, is what Darren's talking about. I will admit it now. Overall, from beginning to end, Fright Night Part 2 is a better movie.
I agree with you.
But I had so much ridiculous good bad fun with Paris. I was kind of just going off of just instinct because I just watched it and then we did the versus episode, so I was still kind of hyped. You know, if we did it again, I probably would pick Fright Night.
There's no real clean way to disentangle the fun of watching a movie and then how good do you think the movie is. And I think especially when you're in the heat of the moment, you know what I mean? Watch, when you step off the American Werewolf in Paris ride, it's like you feel so, you're in such a good mood because you had so much fun. It's hard not to pick that.
Well, and then that was Nubis is right. The CGI,
right.
The CGI really fucks with it. It's hard. That was a genuine good. That was just a really good versus because
that was a great versus episode.
Like some of the fun of the verses we've done are the ridiculous nature of it. It's like when you're fighting Monos versus Howling 7, it's like there's no there's like 8 Inception levels of bad we're talking about. There's no way to like following a thread of logic is almost impossible. That versus was legitimately hard because Fright Night 2 is a good movie too. It's like
it's a really good movie.
Good.
Yeah, Paris is good.
Me and Nubis was talking about we reviewed 3 horror films together in one episode, is what he's mentioning here. And we had a blast because some of them were any of them good? I don't remember. I think all 3 of them might have been horrible. But yeah, we did it was like Werewolf Week. It was like we did that last year. I would sing the theme song, Fluffy, but I get a copyright. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I'm getting it was painful. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we reviewed like 3 horror movies in one stream, and we were just like, God damn it. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Movies are that's a hard one to do well, I feel.
They're asking for me to bring it back, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting the itch to finally. All right, let's start bringing versus episodes back. So when I officially do it,
we got to do it. Dude.
I got to bring it back. But we actually started a new series. I would love to bring you guys in on this one. It's called the Yin Yang series, and it's just an excuse just to talk about 2 different movies that are the complete opposite. That's the whole. There's no verses or anything.
I like it.
Right. So what we did was me and director Billy Hansen, he directed the film Bone Cold. We did Sometimes They Come Back. We went Stephen King on our last episode. So we did Sometimes They Come Back and Gerald's Game. So these were really 2 really entertaining movies, but complete opposite.
Gerald's Game looks
complete opposite type of film. So
what's Gerald's Game all about? It looked a little kinky.
It is kinky.
Well, it started off kinky, and then they went somewhere else because it's Stephen
Starts
King.
kinky and goes very south.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. A married couple goes out there to spice things up, baby. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I was on the right track.
And yeah, I won't spoil anymore.
Something bad happens.
Yeah, but it's a one location, performance driven movie. But yeah, for what it is in terms of suspense, Gerald's Game is good. And sometimes they come back is just ridiculous fun. Like I had a lot of fun with it. Horrible soundtrack, one of the worst soundtracks I've ever heard because it didn't fit the movie.
Great.
Like you have this whimsical
I used to love that movie.
Lifetime channel. I'm like, dude, you have evil ghosts from hell, like trying to get revenge. Like, why do you have this whimsical music? What the hell are you doing? But it's still fun to watch. I didn't know there were 2 more sequels after Sometimes They Come Back, which you can watch on Tubi. Yeah. Tubi should be fucking paying us, man.
I know, right? We've got a lot of Tubi advertising tonight.
Yeah, but I think we're going to be doing I'll keep you guys in the loop, but the next one we do is going to I think we're going to try to do it next Wednesday. So I don't know if you guys schedule are, but we're doing Clive Barker movies. But we don't want to do what's popular, Hellraiser and Nightbreed and Lord of the Illusions. It's like the smaller films. So I'll let you guys know if you're free. Join us, man. It's fun. Yeah. Just talk about it. Yeah, if you guys are free.
Definitely.
Let's see here. King Kong Lives. Oh my God. It's not horror per se, but it's a monster movie. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh my God. No. If there's one thing to save the verses. Everybody wants it back, man. They want it back. So let's see. Lambert and I did a top 5. So easy after movies were not so much. Gotcha.
Oh.
Viking Wolf and the Wolf of Snow Hollow was good. I've seen that one. That was a good one. Viking Wolf sounds interesting. That sounds right up my alley. But this was hysterical. This was Sexy Sumo came over to the house and we watched it. And before I hit play, he goes, "Get ready for some good old fashioned schlock." And I was like, "All right." I hit play.
I love it.
And then when the movie was over, I was like, "That was some good old fashioned schlock." Oh man. But it sequels the 1970s remake with Jessica Lange and Jeff Bridges, King Kong. So it's an actual legit sequel to that. And I heard for years that it was trash. The rating on IMDb is like horrible, but it's good. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It's good old fashioned schlock. Linda Hamilton's in it, but you have one of the greatest King Kong moments ever in that movie. You have him grab a human and snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So, yeah.
Snap it to a Slim Jim. I love it.
Yeah, Sumo's so funny. Yeah, it's always cool having Sumo around. But yeah, I'm getting more the itch for the verses. I get so just bombarded with content, man. I had to take a break from it. But if we don't do it, like obviously doing it every week will be kind of rough.
Yeah,
that'd be hard on me. But maybe twice a month.
Oh,
something like that, like we got.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting Anubis. I'm getting happy. So that's a good sign. I'm not like, oh, another Versus episode. Oh, and there goes 30 hours of my life.
Yeah.
It's always fun. It's always fun when we do it and it's over. But prepping for it every week was like, plus all the other stuff I have to do. It was like, oh, it was such a load. But yeah, I the fun. You guys are see. God damn it! I still can't believe it's been a year, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, just literally,
that is ridiculous.
Blinked my eyes.
It's about time I was starting to dread I would never do content. Anubis, you can do content with me anytime, sir. You just got to reach out, man. Hey, let's review this. I'm down. But yeah, I have fun with Anubis's channel as well. But so yeah, that's kind of what I think. Oh, one more recommendation. Knowing you guys, you've seen it already. I've never even heard of this movie, but in 1992, there was a movie that came out called "There's Nothing Out There." Have you guys seen that movie?
No.
Oh,
I never even heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Never even heard of it. And I was like, oh my God. Smile. You guys will be smiling from beginning to end.
There's
Smiling.
nothing out there.
My buddy OGP came over. He came over and we were like, hey, let's hang out. Let's watch a horror movie. And I was kind of browsing and we were like, did we really? This is us right here. We're like, do we really want to watch a recent horror movie right now and risk the pain? or do you want to go to the 80s, 90s and there's a chance of fun? Right? It's on Amazon Prime, Anubis. It's on Amazon Prime. The Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome went out of print, and that Blu-ray right now is $85.
Whoa.
Yeah. But it's getting a re-release soon. But I don't want to spoil anything. But all I will say is you will be laughing hysterically. You will love the B-moviness. Boobs, blood, everything.
I'm sorry, but I just saw a quick little synopsis, but I'm not going to give anything away, but it does look riveting.
Oh, well, this is a trauma movie. Did you know
that makes sense.
Did you know it was a trauma movie?
I didn't know it was distributed by Trauma. No.
Well, you know what? Maybe they just re-released it. Actually, maybe it wasn't originally a trauma. To tell you the truth,
I will tell you one thing that happens. Basically, you got 20-year-old high schoolers go out to a cabin in the woods to get freaky and have fun. And then you have an alien monster. I will only spoil this. I don't really want to. But I have to intrigue you guys. So you have a couple in the lake getting it on. They're about to get it on. And you see the alien monster's first person perspective, right? So you see him going towards the lake. And then all of a sudden, a stick comes in his view like this. And then the alien blacks out. The next shot right after that is you see the alien running away. The alien ran over a rake, hit himself in the head. That's what happened. So he's trying to go kill the couple, and all of a sudden, first person view, blop, and then the alien's like, and he kind of slithers away. This is what makes it better. Later, he's chasing them back in the house. So you have first person view again, right? First person view of the alien going after them. He turns a little bit like this, sees the rake, and hisses at the rake, and then keeps going. That's all you need to hear. That's all you need to hear. But what blew me in OGP's mind is that, dude, this is before Scream.
Yeah.
This is before Jurassic Park. Right. And there's a character in here. Scream came out 4 years after this.
Yeah.
There's a character in here who's just like what you call from Scream, saying out all the rules, the horror movie rules.
Right. Like Kennedy.
Yes.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
And like the whole movie, he's Jamie Kennedy.
Well,
we were like, dude, what the fuck? Like literally, don't be alone. Don't go here. Don't go there. We're gonna die. Right. Like the whole movie.
Oh.
I was like, this is insane.
Okay, that's interesting you say that because I when I saw that little blurb, it mentioned that it was a satire.
Yeah.
On horror. It had mentioned it was years before Scream.
Yeah.
But they literally have a Jamie Kennedy kind of character that lays out those rules for you like that.
There's one character you see for a split second.
Yeah.
And it's in the video store. And the girl's trying to escape the video store. And you see a guy wearing all dark with a dark hood shut the door so she can't get out. And you don't see him anymore. Dark hood.
Right. The Scream.
I'm just saying.
Ghost face. Yeah.
You only see the side. You don't see his face, but you see a dark, fully clothed character with a hood.
Dude, they're in the same universe, dude.
Well, what's weird? You know what that reminds me of?
A sequel,
You know what that reminds me of a little bit?
Hmm.
Samurai is it's almost weird. There's almost, I wonder if there's almost a category of these weird prescient or foreshadowing movies that sort of there is
like proto movies,
proto movies where it doesn't make any sense. I mean, how about the first Troll? The first Troll movie with Michael Moriarty. It came out in 1986, and it's about goblins, and it's a.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
I've seen Troll 2, but not the first one.
The kid's name in the movie is Harry Potter. And
what?
Yes, the kid's name in the movie is Harry Potter, and it's a movie about mystical shit. And I mean, it's and it's like, and look, it's you know, it's an interesting tone because it's sort of humorous, it's sort of horror, but it's sort of got that fantasy mythical shit. So it's like magical stuff. So I'm telling you, it's like
that's interesting.
That's years before Harry Potter. I mean, so it's very weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this. We got
great.
Moriarty.
Yes.
Oh my God. Cue the Winged Serpent. It's fucking amazing.
Oh,
Cue the Winged Serpent. It's fucking amazing.
So
you should, when you sit down with someone and you show them Cue the Winged Serpent and they hate it, they're not your friends.
Yeah, they don't get your.
They're not your friends.
That plot is amazing. Like it's just amazing.
Oh, it is one of the greatest movies me and Lady Fat Blood have ever seen. But Moriarty, bro, the stuff. He was in the stuff. Dude, he's like unfriended right away. Moriarty's like, I think he's an underrated actor, dude.
Very underrated.
Yeah. Hold on. John in the house. What's up, PhatSamuraiGuy and Gear Brothers? Absolutely love the Retaliators. Look at that.
Thanks, John.
Yes. But one last thing for that movie we're talking about right now. What was it? There's Nothing Out There.
Oh,
luckily there's a brand new Blu-ray coming out. So thank God. You can own it. You can own it. But again, this came out before Jurassic Park. There's a scene in the movie in the kitchen where the monster's going at the person. He's trying to, he's first person view. He's going at the person. He sees the person right there, right? Crashes into their reflection. Just like Jurassic Park with the Velociraptor.
That's interesting.
Wow.
I was like, this is before Jurassic Park.
Wow.
So yeah, dude.
Well, and what's interesting about that one too is I think that whole sequence was kind of a homage to The Shining, when Danny's hiding from Jack. When he goes into the little little cabinet there.
My mouth was hurting. My mouth was hurting with laughter with watching this movie. So highly recommend it.
Yeah,
and
we need to do that.
That's what's so awesome about watching older movies and going back, dude. Like, you'll discover something you never knew existed. And I'm so happy I chose that one because I was this close to choosing another horror film instead, because we were going back and forth, and I was like, all right, we'll do this one.
Well, that's why I ended up unfortunately missing out on a lot of newer stuff, just because it's hard not to dip back in. And it's funny as movies age sometimes better and even funnier, in different eras. It's like I'm sure that movie. Oh, it was used in The Collector too.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I'm trying to remember the.
Sumo just caught up on both Collector films and he really enjoyed them. Those are entertaining. Action
the
horror
first
movies.
one. Yeah, I like the first one. I didn't see the second. Is the second one good?
Oh my God. The second one is like, we're cranking it all the way up to the 11, dude.
Whoa,
It is bonkers. It's bonkers.
So would you say the second one's better than the first one?
Better production value, more action, a little bit more gore. It's more wild. And just insane to comprehend, because you're like, wait a minute, this guy who's breaking in breaking in the house, setting traps, that guy is like has his own lair, of this giant house. It's like, you have to, if you want to believe that he has something like that, you'll enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the two totally different vibes, because that first one is that, one location,
Very
impending
contained.
doom.
Yeah.
Impending doom is this crazy serial killer guy out there. But what's cool is the guy from the first movie is in the second movie. The guy who ends up fighting against him in the first movie. He's in the same actor comes back.
Okay.
The second one. But what sucks is they started to make the third one. There were images of them like doing scenes, and then I don't know what happened, man. It is dead. They're not doing it. And the same actor came back, and I'm like, I was excited. Yeah. But yeah, at least the first two I really enjoyed it. Let's see, not necessarily horror, but the Witch Subversion was a nice surprise. I still need to watch the newest The Witch. Was pretty good, like Korean horror supernatural type. Well, not supernatural, but super soldier-esque. Like people have been experimented on, and they have these abilities and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It gets wild. It's pretty violent though. But yeah, that's the one I had to make sure I told you guys about. There's nothing out there. All right, so just for fun, we had some great recommendations from everyone, even chat tonight. Just for fun, Darren came up with this cool idea, but my brain's been occupied so much with other things that I only have two. I only have two to mention, but you guys may have others. But disguised horror movies.
Oh, disguised horror movies.
I only could think of two.
Idea. This was Jeff's idea.
Oh, it was your idea, Jeff? You said it was Darren's idea.
Oh, no. Darren had the other idea.
I had the Eli Roth.
Oh, okay.
I was saying I like Darren's idea. I think, something just got miscommunicated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I only have two.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with my first two. And if you guys watching right now, let us know in chat or in the comments if you guys watch this afterwards when it's not live. Disguised horror movies, movies that are not necessarily horror, but they could be horror, or they turn into something else. But I have two. My first one is Return to Oz.
Oh, bro! Oh, that's such a good one.
Did I take your pick,
dude? No, you didn't. But I think that one shoots up the list completely. Gosh, dude, what a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, the movie starts with Dorothy in an insane asylum because her family thought she was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that's how the movie starts, and this has Disney's
nightmare fuel.
This has yes,
all the puppetry and
this has Disney's name on it, right? And then you have
amazing though. It's an amazing film.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I watched it recently, and it's really good. I like it more than the original Wizard of Oz. I don't give a shit.
Lady Fat Blood would love to hear you say that because she loves Return to Oz, but she's a fan of the old one too.
I love the first one, dude. The first one itself is kind of in that category as well.
Johnny Depp
horror film. The original Wizard of Oz is that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Did you hear what Johnny Depp, that old interview he said?
No.
They asked him, like, what was one of the things that scared you when you were young? And he says those fucking flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz gave him nightmares.
Monkeys, bro. that was frightening. Well, the witch was frightening, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those feet when they roll up in the beginning. I'm like, oh, dude.
But back to Return to Oz, you have those creepy looking wheelers that chases the kids.
Dude, the fucking rocks. Chickens.
Yeah, the chicken.
Like chickens.
The fucking rocks.
Yeah.
But and then this is the last final thing I'll say about it to put the stamp on it.
Yeah.
Dorothy comes into a room with decapitated heads.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when she realizes what's going on,
without the head.
Yeah, the witch was chasing her without the head, and while she's running away, one of the heads turns and goes, "Dorothy Gale."
Gosh,
what is this, Phantasm?
Every scene is frightening. Every scene in that movie has some frightening element to it. Yeah, Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
What do you guys think of that one?
That's another great one.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, there were a bunch in the 80s.
Did you have a second one?
The second one, I think you guys may have seen it, or I don't know if we talked about it or before. But the second one, unfortunately, if once I say it, it's going to spoil the movie. But you know, this is the topic of the night. Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, Samurai,
I know.
You just fucking close this book.
Oh,
you just fucking.
Was that your pick?
No, but it's the perfect. It's actually the. I mean it. I have two picks. Okay. I have Jeff told me the topic, and I had to really rack my brain and go, okay, which ones would I say? And I have two picks, and one's sort of obscure, and one's kind of they're both a little bit of a stretch. Bone Tomahawk is like the exact definition of that. It's like it's not horror, but it's fucking horror. You know what I mean? It's like there's no way. It's
that fucked us up.
Oh,
because we were like, oh, we love Westerns. We love Kurt Russell. We love Tombstone. It looks like a low budget Western, but it's all right. We watch indie films all the time. We don't care about the budget as long as it's entertaining.
Right.
We had no idea what was coming. So I was like, dude, like, especially when it got towards the finale and things were happening in a realistic way that you would not expect. Because you're like, you have the fast, badass gunman. He's the gunman. He's the shit. And things were happening in a realistic way that you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they didn't play it like a normal exploitation film where it's, you're getting that over the top vibe. But yet it still was over the top while being grounded. I mean, it really is.
Well, that's sort of
that perfect middle ground,
Yeah, when Jeff and I discovered that writer director, his name is S. Craig Zoller.
Yeah, it's all about Zoller, man.
He hasn't made a movie in a while. He made two, absolute epic masterpieces in a row, and he has he did a third, which was good, but the first two, Bone Tomahawk, the second one, Brawl and Cell Block 99. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I got it in 4K.
Yeah, really good.
So good. But Bone Tomahawk, as you were saying, what's so great about that movie is that if you only look at the Western part of it, it is beautifully written. It's a great story, great suspense. You're totally sucked into the world. Acting is great. Casting is great. The dialogue is like poetry. That guy is just an amazing writer. I mean, when you watch that movie, I've seen it multiple times. Every time I watch it, I just go, boy, this dialogue is very, very tasty, very, and then so when it goes, without spoiling it for anybody that hasn't seen Bone Tomahawk, you need to watch it tonight. When it goes dark, man, it is such it punches you so hard because you just
they don't hold back.
Yeah,
the movie does not hold back.
No, not at all.
It was some of the best, most horrific movies that you really experience that sense of suspense and horror are when you don't know what is going to happen. Yeah. You literally have no idea. Like anyone could die at any moment. It doesn't matter if it's Kurt Russell. You have no idea. No one is safe. So when no one's safe in the movie and you're invested in the character's journey, you don't feel safe. As a viewer, you're like, oh shit, you're like this.
That whole finale in the cave, it
was beautiful too, how it ended actually.
Whoa, if you're 100% right. It's so smart. When you feel like Kurt Russell's not safe, you're like, fucked. Okay, well,
right. That's not
safe in this fucking movie if he's not safe. Yeah. No, it's
we got some Bone Tomahawk fans. That's right. You know how many people I've recommended Bone Tomahawk to, and they didn't bother finishing it because they said it was boring.
Oh man!
I'm like,
it's like just you got to hang on, man.
They have been unfriended. No, I'm kidding. Like, dude, Jesus Christ. Anyway, but these were good 2 picks from Anubis. Those are good ones, especially Audition.
Audition.
Audition,
I could buy that. Yeah, that definitely falls in the category. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have
those are the only two I could think of, though.
I have an obscure.
Is the Ninth Gate one? Is that?
That's a good question. The Ninth Gate.
I've never seen that one.
Never seen it.
I would buy that as fitting in the category because it's more of a mystery thriller.
Okay.
But it is dealing with a subject matter in a way that can be pretty unsettling.
Right.
For sure. I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen it. I actually watch it all the time. It's one of those movies where I can just pick it up at any moment and watch it to the end. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, like in my top 10 or even 20 or 30.
Yeah.
But it's in terms of watchability, it's just, I don't know. It just has like a really fun vibe to it.
Anubis had a great call. He said Bone Tomahawk plays out like Unforgiven, slow burn, but then the end.
Oh,
great point, right? It's like
that's another
point.
That's another Western that people tell me they can't finish because it's boring. They didn't like it because it's boring. I'm like, man, you guys.
That ending. I mean, when Clint goes full Clint. Oh my God. I mean, I have chills right now. It's like, it's just like one of the most epic endings ever. And yeah, you're slow burning to it the whole time. That's what makes it such a great movie. That's what makes Bone Tomahawk so good. I mean, it's funny when people, I mean, everybody has different tastes, but some people don't like the slow burn. I love the slow burn. I
love both. I'm a fan of both if it's good.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I love spaghetti westerns. Those spaghetti westerns could be fucking wild, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Big body count, gore, like violence, crazy shit.
Once Upon a Time in the West is like one of my favorites.
But I like this. I like good storytelling too. Westerns. I like where it's just, like what is it? I always recommend it, and then when I want to tell the people about it, I forget.
Which one?
High Noon. High Noon.
High Noon. Yeah.
That's old school right there. But that's like great storytelling. And there's like one duel. There's one showdown.
Yeah.
But it just builds to that. Mm-hmm. And it's so
good. Build, man. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. That movie Come True, I recommend. It does not turn out the way you think in soundtrack. Come True? Have you guys heard of that one?
No, but it's on my list. I caught it earlier about
when
Anubis mentioned it earlier. Yeah. I think it's on Hulu. Was that what he said it was on?
Let me go back up here. Hey, man, I'm not sure. He'll let us know.
Yeah, he'll let us
know. It says Shudder.
Oh, Shudder.
Yeah. But any others that you guys have in that disguised horror movies?
Oh, I mean, I got it. Well, Darren, do you have two that you had in mind?
Yeah. So the one that popped for me, Jeff, I think you've seen this. This is a bit of an obscure one for anyone that hasn't seen it. Samurai, I'm really interested to hear if you've seen it. Have you ever seen it's a 1971 movie called Wake in Fright?
Oh yeah.
It's all about Wake in Fright. Yeah, that's a really good one to put in
there. Hey, care for a drink? Hey, care for a drink? You want a drink? Drink? Hey, drink. What do you want to drink with me? Huh? What do you want to drink?
Yeah. Well, that's when you think about the movie in its simplicity of what the guy deteriorating, and it's I thought it was a good one because if you were to tell someone the plot of Wake in Fright, it's funny. It sounds like a horror movie.
It does. It sounds like a different kind of horror movie.
It sounds like a straight up horror movie. It's very different. It's a classic daytime. It's the whole movie is almost in the like real bright hot sun of the outback, and it's directed by Ted Kotcheff. He went on to do First Blood,
right?
And so it was interesting because it's an American directing in an Australian movie, but Donald Pleasance is in it, who is amazing.
Oh my God, he's so good in this movie.
Oh my God. If you were to tell someone the plot, it would not sound like a horror movie at all. It's like this straight-laced teacher that basically is in this town for like a night, and these guys want to take him out to party and to get wasted, and that's kind of, and then his
and hunt
and sort of just and that's sort of the plot, right? But it's like what happens and how it happens is just so the repetition and like after a while you feel like you're in a horror movie. You know, it's just like it's or you're in a horrific kind of hell. Like it's just it's
especially what happens later. And me and my wife looked at each other. We were like,
they went there.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, they went there. They go there.
Did that just oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Be interesting in the morning.
There was a Masterson situation going on.
And what's what's crazy about that movie was it was lost. That movie was lost for many years because of its controversy,
right?
With the killing of the animals.
Yeah.
So luckily, it's finally released now. But Wake and Fright, what he did was all the actual footage of kangaroos getting killed were pulled from
an actual
hunts. He didn't kill kangaroos,
right?
And exploit them for the film. He took footage, so it was kind of like a lesson too. Like, don't do this. It's probably not a good idea to kill kangaroos.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were saying I think part of the controversy was that they were playing it up because they knew it was going to be in the movie. So that was, I mean, I don't have an issue. I mean, watching the movie now has zero effect on any like animal cruelty on film sets. You know what I mean?
No,
thankfully we've come a long way since then. So we can look back and appreciate the films.
That was a great recommendation, Darren. But I have to bring this up. Have you seen the trailer for a movie that just came out this year called The Royal Hotel?
No.
It's fucking Wake and Fright, bro.
Shut up.
Yeah. Except with females.
So,
Royal Hotel.
So it's
in the Australian outback. They go out there to have a good time and get away, and then things get crazy. Some people are saying it's good. Some people are saying it's meh. You guys you have to let me know if it's good. But when I saw the trailer, I got Wake and Fright vibes.
Okay, I was on my list.
But I don't know if that's good or not. Like if the movie's good or not, I don't know.
It's interesting. They're not giving credit to Wake and Fright, and
I just got vibes. I got Wake and Fright.
But I'll tell you what, though, when you read even just the synopsis, I mean, listen to this synopsis: U.S. backpackers take a job in a remote Australian pub for extra cash. Are confronted by a bunch of unruly locals, and a situation grows rapidly out of their control. I mean, I guess it's different.
Yeah,
it sounds different, but yeah, I mean, I'm all good with homages anyway. Who cares?
I heard Hugo Weaving is amazing in the film.
Wow, Hugo Weaving's in it.
He's in it. But yeah, I segued. It's out right now, I think. Let me see. It's 6.8 out of 10 right now.
Okay.
What about Midsommar? I still haven't seen it. I would say Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man.
Yeah,
the original Wicker Man is a masterpiece.
Because that is kind of like a mystery investigation.
Midsummer, I think Midsummer counts.
It can.
But here's what's kind of confusing about it. I think what's kind of confusing about it, what throw me off from answering a definite yes, is that Ari Aster is known as being a great horror director because of these first two films, Hereditary and Midsommar, being lumped in with it. So if I go to a video store, I'm probably going to find Midsommar in the horror section.
Right. Okay.
So that's where I think.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's like it's
even Wicker Man too, huh? That'd probably be in the horror.
Probably, yeah, because that's way more horror rather than Wicker Man. It's probably just like a mystery thriller or something.
Okay.
But Wicker Man's a good example of a Wicker Man is we talk about left turns all the time. Wicker Man is a good example of you go all the way to basically the last minute, and then you figure out what you've been watching. Right.
And
I got one.
Yeah.
It might be considered horror, but it's very similar to Wicker Man. but it's a good fucking movie, and it's called The Black Death. Let me see if I can bring that up.
Black Death.
Yeah, man. Black Death. Black Death is
old. Or
I think it's Black Death. I might be wrong. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's just Black Death. Sean Bean's in it.
Oh, okay, it's more recent.
Yeah, that's Sean Bean.
So, set during the time of the first outbreak of bubonic plague in England, a young monk is given the task of learning the truth about reports of people being brought back to life in a small village. But it's dude, when they get out, it's like a straightforward medieval times period piece setting, and they go out there. There's some action, there's some violence, but when they come across that small village, the movie just does this. Whoop! It flips it.
Whoa, this looks really good.
Yeah. Black Death is legit.
I'm putting that on the list. Yeah.
Happy Halloween, Brandon. Happy Halloween, brother. Yeah.
You know, it's a funny one that came to mind thinking about the category was I wouldn't put it on like if I were to have a list of my favorite ones in this category, this is not going to be my top two, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure I would put in that category.
You could actually.
There's with the clowns and shit.
You could.
Sorry, dude. And
that's a good call.
Yeah.
But they have Black Death under action drama history, so I guess it can work. And for what we're talking about right now, the whole topic of it.
Yeah.
They don't have it listed as horror, so.
Jared, did you have a second flick you were thinking about?
I have a second one, but I think I'll hold it because it's a companion to one of yours. And I don't want to spoil it because I think you have a good take on it's your class. You have a classic movie.
I have a classic one and
mine is the same director, so I don't want to spoil it to yours.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one
because you have an interesting argument for yours. So
wait, hold on here. Yeah. Hold on. Is that a Rolling Thunder poster?
That is a Rolling Thunder poster.
That's why we're brothers. that's I am Gear Brother now.
Yeah, no,
I'm part of I'm changing the name.
I'm gonna get you, bro.
Rolling Thunder, bro. Fucking legit.
You gotta learn to love the rope, dude. You learn to love the rope.
I can't believe that's Tommy Lee Jones' first movie.
Man,
that's insane, dude.
It's so fucking good in that.
You know what? You know what? A buddy of mine recommended a Versus episode. That against First Blood. That's interesting.
Ooh, that
is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting because
I know who would probably win, but it's still a good episode. I think.
I don't know who would win. I'd have to watch them back to back kind of things. I love I love First Blood. I mean,
that would be really a really really hard one because they are.
I love both.
I love. Yeah. I mean, I have the First Blood novel, like first edition. Like I'm a big First Blood fan.
Yeah,
but I
got the knife somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah, do you?
I got so much shit.
Yeah,
I got it somewhere.
But Rolling Thunder, like Jeff and I, like
that finale.
I mean, it's just so good. And William Devane, like we always talk about, like his performance in that is so freaking good and just subtle and like, oh gosh, it's just such a
good... I have not seen
that whole scene in the garage, when he's showing the I don't want to give too much away because
and I just love the whole
thing. A movie how it unfolds is just it's brilliant.
The other thing I love about it too is in the spirit of the Retaliators, it had that straight up. And this is what would be different. First Blood, what makes those movies very different is what's so fun about watching First Blood is a situation that so did not need to be out of control that just slowly gets out of control.
Right.
Rolling Thunder is straight up revenge, straight up vengeance, Retaliator style. First Blood is not a vengeance movie.
No.
It's not
trying to get away. He's trying to get away.
All.
Yeah.
You know, so they're very different, actually. You know, in theme and it's the soldier coming back is obviously the same, but it's very different. You know,
that is
nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. It wasn't my war.
Well, and by the way, what First Blood did was created how many plot tropes? How many times has that trope been used since First Blood? Probably 2,000 times in action movies where the military created it and now we have to fight it. Like, right? I mean,
of course,
it started with First Blood and then it's just been
yeah.
So
especially with Colonel Troutman's character doing the whole you're sending that many after him, huh?
Yeah.
We better bring along a lot of body bags, you know, that kind of thing, you know.
Totally.
But we got a question for you guys, Jeff, before you do your pick here. Have you seen Knock at the Cabin?
You know, I have, and I don't remember who I disagreed with this on, but
it was me.
Was it you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, this is going to be awkward.
No.
No,
all fairness to the movie.
Yeah.
In all fairness to the movie.
Yeah.
I did not watch the whole thing, so I can't fairly give a thought.
Fair enough. Yeah. I loved it. I had a lot of fun watching. I haven't done a repeat viewing of it, so I don't know if, you know, it's not in my top, you know what I mean, kind of, you know, reaction. Maybe someday it will upon rewatch, but upon first watch, I really enjoyed it. It unfolded in an unexpected way. I really didn't. Everything I thought was going to happen going into it, they completely usurped those expectations. So I thought it was a quality horror film, and
I got another one.
A quality M. Night Shyamalan flick. You know what I mean? Which is always fun to get. You know.
Right. Darren, were you going to say what you didn't like about it?
No, you know, and I root for M. Night. You know, I want, you know, old school fan of his earlier stuff. You know, you know, every time he goes to bat, I'm always like, you know, I love that he keeps going, and he sometimes he hits, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah.
It was just I only watched like the first part, and I just was sort of, I don't know what it was. I don't even remember now. I just was I was just not feeling it, you know, I don't know. But then I talked to Jeff and he was like, oh, you hang in there. It was one of those, you know, scoldings of like,
hang in there,
watch the whole thing of Bone Tomahawk kind of thing. So I just need to sit and watch the whole thing through. So
okay. Copy that. Fair. I got another one. 1 hour photo.
Dude, Samurai is like dropping the fucking.
That is a really good one.
Titles.
That one as a horror film.
Nobody talks about that movie. Nobody talks about that.
I just recently
underrated.
Maybe 2 months ago. Because I knew I loved it, but I knew it's heavy though, man. It's a heavy flick. And because you really feel so sorry for the protagonist.
Is it a Serbian film?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No. And it actually uses a motif that I think makes this category. It really brings a movie like that up to the top of the best that do this, because they'll use horror. I don't want them to say tropes, but things that are like really effective horror techniques, but putting it in a movie that isn't a horror film to really like highlight the terror that is pushing the thriller or pushing the mystery or the adventure, depending on what the overall genre is, which is a good segue actually into what I consider like the kind of like, you know, the classic example of this, which is Raiders of the Lost Ark. For me, every time it gets scary, it's really scary to me. I mean, to me, obviously for most everybody, the most obviously horror part of it is the ending.
Right.
You know, that's where you get all the body horror. You know, we all get that. Okay.
Keep your eyes shut.
But actually, what gets me and that scared me the most as a kid. What scares me the most
score and that fucking score right there,
man.
Oh,
man. Yeah. But the parts that scare me the most watching it now as an adult, it's all those little inserts where like you'll cut to just the boxed up arc. And you got that subwoofer bass going.
Yeah.
And then it like burns, or the rat fucking die, you know, it's like, and those are the parts where I get chills just thinking about it now. It just really gets to me. And you know, Raiders is just, I think, a very interesting movie because it was the first time I kind of thought, man, it's like a horror movie in disguise. You know, it's like the heart of this movie is also the thing that's
fuck around and find out.
Yeah, and what's scary in the movie is
they're fucking with crazy shit in that movie, right?
Yeah, they're meddling with the power of God, right, or the wrath of God, you know, and that's what you know.
It's like you cannot hear the beat.
That's what the Hebrew said. You know what I mean? Like,
that scene right there feels scary, right? You know, and
so he's using all these techniques that are commonly used in horror movies, but using it to make, you know, something else in his adventure film feel frightening and exciting. Yeah, exactly.
Think of the snakes. You may think of
snakes. Oh man.
When you think of, if you think of the movie as, oh, it's this, it was Spielberg and Lucas's love letter to adventure serials from their youth, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, but now think of the tarantulas and then the shit, the dude's eye. You know, and then you think about the snakes and coming out of the fucking the
skeleton
skull. You know, and then what about the fucking Nazi getting the fucking the blade in his face with the blood?
Amazing.
You know?
Amazing.
I mean,
and all the Nazi scenes where he's like, "Hello," is like, "Yes, you will." You know, like,
I know you will. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's the best. Ronald Lacey, dude. He's the fucking great.
Amazing.
No, you will.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah, and then my second.
That's a good point, Jeff, because when you add up, it's like when you think of Raiders.
Yeah.
When you say Raiders, I went Raiders. I don't know, but when you think of the horrific moments, there's a lot of like good gore, good kills, good. You know, you're running over the ending, but that ending, dude, fuck that ending.
I did that because
one of the best
people go to
kills.
Like, I rolled over it only because it's like people could kind of roll their eyes and say, well, yeah, the ending, but that's just the ending. And it's like, no, it's all throughout the film. It's kind of what keeps pushing it forward.
Yeah.
You know, that's why
there's something mysterious. There's something, you know, otherworldly, kind of hovering, that feeling kind of hovering with you.
So
it kind of gets
my tag.
Yeah. What was your tag on that one?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that it was hard for me to decide between which one was more.
Yeah.
I picked the one that kind of like got me thinking in these terms, which was Raiders.
Yeah,
and it's also my favorite movie of all time. But I think Jurassic is just
Spielberg. Why Spielberg is the just the modern greatest, right? The modern best we have, right? It's like he really can, like, it's like how he is able to like touch on your sort of your heartstrings and like the childlike wonder stuff. Like he's able to do that and have a lightness to his stuff,
right?
But then also get as dark as he gets with Raiders and Jurassic Park. I mean, it's like
really dark, man.
When Jurassic Park and
that beginning, that whole beginning.
Oh, shooter! Yeah,
shooter!
Yeah, that opening is. Oh, I mean, when they
get those
talk about suspense, the way they ramp up when they ramp it up to where everything goes wrong all at once. It's like you've got Newman out doing his shit. You've got fucking the
Dotson.
storm.
Dotson.
Yeah,
you got Dotson here.
See, Stupid.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So anyway, so that was my tag. I went, okay, you said Raiders, and I thought about it. I went, that's fuck, it's kind of Jurassic.
Those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Yeah, Jurassic Park is my. Well, I like to say that I think Spielberg is the best at doing this.
Well, Jaws.
Jaws,
You go Duel. You go Poltergeist.
Dude,
right?
Jesus.
I mean,
that's you.
You've got a horror thread through. I mean, look at fucking Duel. I mean, Duel is like the proto, right? We always talk
Wasn't
about.
Wasn't that a TV movie?
It was a TV movie.
That's insane.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
That's proto Hitcher. That's proto fucking Breakdown. Like it's you know, those are more thrillers, but it's the horror in that movie. I mean, that movie, it's palpable.
You
Every
could
time
do those two. Actually, those two you said could be on the list too.
You could go Hitcher,
Breakdown and the Hitcher,
Breakdown. I think those you could call those like non-horror horror film, like the horror movies in disguise.
Jeff, didn't you say this, Jeff, earlier in your? You send me messages.
I did. Never Ending Story. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that was the one I mentioned to you, Samurai, because it wasn't one of my picks.
We're still traumatized from
but that movie is
that's Never Ending Story is
it's Return
fantasy, adventure, whimsical, reality, kids.
Yeah.
Reality. Oh, okay. Now back to whimsical. Back to adventurous. Reality.
Oh my god.
and it has the nightmare fuel in it too.
Yeah.
It's also right. It's got the
nightmare fuel. It kind of needs that.
Dude, those arches, right? Like they still fucking hate those.
The ones with the eyes, dude. It's the arches, dude. Ugh. Bro, that's like pure evil. I don't know why. If you wanted to ask me what pure evil looks like metaphorically, it's those fucking arches with those laser eyes. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But yeah, Raiders and Jurassic were perfect. Those are good. But Raiders, that's interesting. I wouldn't have picked Raiders, but now you got me. Yeah, that works.
That's the one that
you won me over on that, Jeff. You won me over because now that I'm adding in all the scenes, I actually. Now that I'm adding all the scenes, I go, fuck, the Raiders feels more horror moments than even Jurassic Park, really.
Yeah, because, well, here's the thing. Raiders is my favorite movie of all time, I think.
Oh, it's amazing.
It really is. And I've said this for a long time. But
I think that franchise has my favorite punch sound effect
ever. Oh, the best. You know, I can't do it, obviously. But yeah.
It's the best punch effect, sound effect. But yeah, good job. Good.
But it's kind of like the punch effect that you can do when you're, like, playing with your friends. When you're kids,
but deeper.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, that kind of sounds like a Indiana Jones, you know?
Yeah.
But I think because it was my favorite movie, I've thought about numerous times, like, why is it my favorite movie though? Like, what works about it so well for me that I love it as much as an adult as I did as a kid? And then that was one of those things that popped out. Is like, oh well, I love horror, and this movie is kind of a horror movie. You know what I mean?
And you love action.
And I love action.
Which Retaliators has both of.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think that's why it hits. So, you know, that's partly where I got the idea, but also, you know, part of the reason I love it. The other movie that I would put on this list is a very recent movie. Samurai, I know you follow me on Facebook.
I know what it is, but I won't say it. I'll let you say it. Unless you want me to guess. Is it Oppenheimer? It
is Oppenheimer. And I have to say right now, I knew I was going to pick this movie as my number 2. I want to show you this T-shirt I got made. Okay, see that? Jeffrey's Oppenheimer 2023.
Wow!
I had this custom made on a website. Now I'm going to give you a little peek at the back. I don't want to let out like personal information, I guess, but I put all the theaters I went to see it during the summer. I saw it.
Wow. 9
times in the summer. I saw it one more time. Recently.
Wow, 9 times.
So 10 times total. I've seen the film. This movie it has that Raiders effect for me. It doesn't belong in the horror section at the movie theater, but it is nightmare fuel. It uses all those Spielbergian techniques of like, okay, it's not a horror movie, but when I want you to be scared of something, I'm going to bring out all the techniques of effective horror filmmaking.
It's like, is it like Anxiety the movie?
Oh, it's Anxiety the movie, and but also horror, man. It's not just anxiety. You know, he uses certain. There's a very faint. one of the more talked about scenes of the film. I'm not going to give anything away, but it is in an auditorium. A lot of people have responded to that like, oh my gosh, this is like a great horror scene, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not the first one to say it. Obviously, I think people are saying, oh, this is, you know, it's less of a historical drama and more horror. But I didn't know that before, you know, kind of classifying it for myself.
Yeah.
But it pops out at you that way. Have you seen it yet, Preston?
No, not yet. It's on the list.
Yeah, I recommend it. And have a good sound system working for it, because it is one of those like score based films,
right.
which kind of I look, dude, I'm like the king of footnotes. I'm probably ADHD undiagnosed, but Darren, Darren got me turned on to what is maybe, well, look, before I put Oppenheimer to rest, I fucking love the movie. Okay, I didn't know it right away. It took me like 4 viewings of it. When I finally saw it in IMAX 7mm, I think that was on my 3rd time.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this movie's amazing on every level. I mean, Cillian Murphy's performance, everybody's performance of the
Peaky Blinders.
It's all about Robert Jr.'s hands. If you watch it, like, just watch his fucking hands, dude. It's like he's doing like, I don't know what it is about. I'm like obsessed with it. I want to quote it more and stuff, but like, no, you know, if you guys haven't seen it, it doesn't really mean much.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
But
I'm really curious. I heard great things. So
have a good sound system, dude.
Yeah, we got one.
It's all about, like, a lot of the horror comes from the audio. You know what is a true horror film of 2023? Okay, we're gonna no comment on Barbie, okay? But I did do Barbenheimer.
Let's not kick up a Barbie story.
I did do Barbenheimer, okay? And I didn't have, and I had good things to say about Barbie, but I don't want to get into it.
Barbie is a different type of horror.
Yeah, right.
For another list.
Yeah. We'll get
but no, that's a good one. Well,
the footnote on Oppenheimer, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Was a movie that, because we're thinking about score-based films, where it's like you need the audio going full blast. Like, don't watch this on your shitty phone, you know, or even if you have a great phone, don't watch it on your phone. Is Phantom Thread, which is the second, I think it's the second to last movie that P.T. Anderson did. Or that he wrote and directed, and he led a crew together to choreograph film. The film doesn't have an official choreographer. He basically led the team that did the director of photography. Sorry, Darren, you turned me on to that, because I completely glossed over that movie, but Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead does the soundtrack for it. I don't know if you're into anyone out there's into Radiohead, but yeah, he does the score for it. It's really just a breathtaking film.
He's a creep, right? Is he a loser?
Have you seen Phantom Thread, Samurai?
That went over his head. I said, "Is he a creep? Is he a loser?"
I missed it.
You know,
no, I have not.
Kinda. You know what I mean? You got to see the movie.
you know, I had. It looked from the outside like that, just this stuffy, boring period piece. Like, I was like, yeah, just no thanks, I'll pass.
Oh my God. Another one just popped into my head, but go ahead.
Wait, let me hear the one. Samurai, what that popped into your head real quick?
2017 Phantom Thread, right? That one? That movie?
Yeah, sorry.
And now it is, you got to be in a mood for it. You got to take your time with it. It is a movie it will take you on a trip. It's a twisted love story. It's dark.
Okay.
Little Hitchcock in there. But
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, and there's a humor to it. I mean, there's an argument to be made that it's a dark comedy.
And Daniel Day is fucking. I mean, he's just amazing. But yeah, the score is just amazing. But I got
is that his last movie? It's his
last film. Yeah, and the performance is like off the chart. So you got to be in a certain kind of mood, but it absolutely blew me away. I threw it on expecting, like, oh, this will just throw it on the background and I'll kind of hate watch it. And next thing I know, I was just completely enthralled, and I was just like,
man.
"Whoa, this movie just blew my mind." So yeah, you should check it out.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Shit,
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was on Netflix. That's great.
I'll put that in the queue.
I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow night. Actually,
I don't. Back to mine. It just popped in my head. And well, before the one that just popped into my head, I had another one that just popped into my head. I have not seen it, but I heard it was another Anxiety the movie. I don't know if it's any good. I heard it was weird. Some people, it got mixed reviews, but I don't know if this counts for the topic that we're doing right now. But Mother with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, everything I read about that said.
Well, the Albert Brooks film. I'm all like living with your mother again after your controlling mother.
Everything I read about it said, there was an anxiety attack on film. Like
I haven't seen it.
That was what I read about it.
So I don't know, that may or may not. Let us know, chat, or if you've seen Mother with Jennifer Lawrence. But the one,
Samurai, you just made me think of another one though, which was Fall, and that was a recent movie about the two women who climbed that tower.
Yeah.
It is. I saw it in the theater, and I should use saw in scare quotes. I called Darren halfway through, and I said, Darren, I'm having like a full-blown panic attack right now.
Oh shit!
I just need someone to talk to kind of like talk me down from it, bro. I tried going back in after like
he had like full vertigo in the fucking movie.
Oh, I couldn't do it, dude. Couldn't do it.
Whoa.
Every little piece of the sound design, like when because they're like climbing up, it's all. You know what I mean? And you're like, no.
Is it still worth watching at home now, or is it kind of ruin
so here's
experience?
The thing, I was really into it. Like the plot and everything and the characters. So I really want to go back to watch it and watch it. But I'm just going to do it on my computer. I can't.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not the greatest with heights either, so I might be giving you a call, Jeff. Jeff, I'll be like,
stay away from Fall.
Jeff, call Darren. Call Darren, Jeff.
Yeah, Darren's a good.
You can just FaceTime. You can just FaceTime us both, Samurai. We'll talk. We'll talk you down.
I don't know if this counts, but it just popped into my head because it's fucking wild. And I just did a spoiler review kind of on one of my live Q&As. I never heard of the film. Buddy of mine brought it over. So after we watched the old fashioned, what was it, the old fashioned schlock or whatever I called it earlier, King Kong Lives. I forgot what Sumo called it. After we watched that got that goofiness out of the way. My buddy says, yeah, this movie is so controversial. It's been banned. You cannot buy it anywhere. You cannot find it anywhere. So he found a third-party bootleg. I was surprised it was actually widescreen. The picture wasn't that great. And it's a movie called The Devils with Oliver Reed.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And for some strange reason, my buddy Edgar told me that it was actually on Shudder, and I think they fucked up. They made a mistake putting that there, not knowing what it was, and it was on Shudder for 3 months, and they took it off. Yeah. So I don't know where you could find the uncut version of it.
Yeah.
The version. There we go. There you go. He owns the regular version, and it's fucking crazy. There you go.
I see this.
Wow. So, without spoiling too much,
let me saying that.
There we go. Well, yeah, I would say more controversial than I Spit in Your Grave, chat, because you can buy a Spit in Your Grave. You can watch it anywhere. A Spit in Your Grave has sequels and remakes. This you can't find. Hold on, let me bring it up really quick. This was insane, man. It was pretty. It was one of the most bizarre, crazy, insane movie. I'm trying to find it.
Are we talking?
You can't find it on IMDb. It's gone. Let me see.
Samurai, are we talking Chupacabra versus the Alamo scary?
No. I'm
just trying to do a litmus test here.
Bro, we talking Lamageddon scary?
I don't know if it was Anubis, but somebody asked earlier, wasn't there a parody horror film of Jaws?
Are we talking Santa Jaws scary?
Are we talking Santa Jaws, bro?
No, that's another level, actually. That's Santa Jaws. Here we go. 1971. Here we go. 1971. Directed by Ken Russell.
Oh,
And
Ken Russell.
it
Okay.
says biography, drama, history. It says in 17th century France, Father Urbain Grandier's protection of the city of Loudun from the corrupt Cardinal Richelieu is undermined by a sexually repressed nun's accusation of witchcraft on him. So it doesn't sound like horror, but it is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. It was so crazy that after it was over and done, I stood up and applauded.
Wow.
This movie is a fucking masterpiece.
Wow.
If you can find, because it's not just, again, nothing is scarier than Eric Estrada riding a motorcycle in front of a green screen. Look at that.
Hey, Sexy Sumo's right. All right.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, you can find Cannibal Holocaust and version, but you can't find the uncut version of The Devils.
Wow.
Because the church freaked out.
Is it
Because
more
there's
nuts
certain-
than Cannibal Holocaust?
Well, it's not necessarily violent and they don't kill real animals. It's not that kind of movie. It's what the nuns do to a certain statue.
Yeah, they could. Okay, so
Right, don't
a
spoil
certain-
it. Don't spoil
they're
it.
going like the moral depravity angle for why they banned
Right.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's more
Think
banned.
think of crazy, insane religion gone wrong. Think of the Spanish Inquisition burning
Right.
women as witches when they're not witches just because they have red hair.
right.
Think of something in that vein. But when you watch them, it's like people just look at the crazy imagery of what's happening and they
Sure.
freak out. But when you actually watch the movie and you're paying attention to the story and the context of those crazy scenes actually makes sense. There's a couple of scenes in there that are just like, like my wife was laughing. She was just like, because it's insane. It's nuts. Some of the scenes that's in here that's controversial. But when you think about the story and if you listen, you pay attention, kind of makes sense what's happening here.
Cool.
But the performance from Oliver Reed, can we just give
he's
him the Oscar? Can we just give him the Oscar for this movie? And what happened, the character arc and what happens to him at the end of the movie, which I will not spoil, is just like, fuck. It's heavy. But I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, man. I just wish we could buy it. You know, it sucks.
I guess I'll just have to watch the circumcised version.
Who knows? You look on the internet's webs, you may come across a version. So nuns have more fun, right, Samurai? Yes. Oh man, but yeah, there's the Devils. So I don't know if that counts for the topic here, but
Sounds like it.
Sometimes reality and people in power abusing their power can be horrific.
Absolutely.
So, but did you have any more before we go to Eli Roth?
I think that,
None that come to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too, Darren. Jurassic Park. That was a good one. That Jurassic Park's on the list. I always thought about doing a video of movies that like blew my mind when I saw them in theater. Doing like a list, right? Jurassic Park has to go there because you know, I was the perfect age for it, but it was around the, you know, it's the era that where there was no YouTube, there was no trailer before the trailer before the trailer before the trailer. You're going to see the 30th TV spot for the teaser that will eventually show the trailer, but then the second trailer. So, you know, back then you'd be lucky if you see a TV spot or a movie trailer. I'll never forget when I was watching the television and I saw what I thought. It was really quick. It was a couple of seconds. I thought I saw a T-Rex run by. I was like, what the hell was that? And then it's a Jurassic Park. That was it. Wow. That was all I seen. So imagine me going in literally blind to the theater to see Jurassic Park. I was like, I think I saw Jurassic Park at least 3 or 5 times.
That's
after
cool.
that. But I was just like, I wasn't prepared. But now, just think about it. If Jurassic Park came out now, you get 40 TV spots before the 80 teasers
I know.
to the 5 million trailer reactions.
Funny you're saying that, because I was telling Darren, I have seen the Killers of the Flower Moon preview so many times.
Yeah.
That was mostly on account of seeing Oppenheimer so many times, so I kind of did it to myself.
Yeah.
I not even trying, it just popped into my head like, oh, I think I figured out some kind of character thing going on with one of the characters just based on the trailer. I don't know if it's going to turn out true, but I'm kind of annoyed at it. Like, oh man, I really want to
showing too much. Yeah.
Now I'm just like freely thinking about like where characters might go and what I might see in the film. And
yeah. Here you go, Jeff. Here you go. You can find it uncut version online, but buying it is probably hard.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So
for the devils,
you could probably like torrent it, or
maybe. But believe it or not, the Devils has blatantly dark comedic moments.
Wow.
Like it's just fucking hilarious. Even though it's like gets insane later. There's some blatant dark comedic moments in that. But so you can combine all the TV spots and you see the entire movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much a good way of putting it. Yeah.
And sometimes when I do trailer reactions, it's annoying because it's like, oh, all right, here we go. Oh, wait, that's the preview, the 5-second preview before the actual trailer.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, I'm ready. You're like, oh, or whatever.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like I love a well-made trailer.
Oh yeah, it's insane. You get chills. You get chills.
So many movies I've loved the trailer, but the movie I was like, oh god, that did not.
The Devils,
which is a good segue to Mr. Eli Roth's new trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanksgiving. Yes. Well, speaking of, as Darren said earlier, for M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong being hit or miss director, we're going to go to Eli Roth now and talking about hit or miss. But yeah, let's talk about his filmography here. And I haven't seen everything he's done. Oh, Anubis thought The Devils was on Prime, but it's not.
I think I've seen every movie he's directed. I don't know if I've seen every movie he's written.
It's going to be interesting. Movies too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And produced.
Well, let's focus on the directed stuff here first.
Yeah, I think that's good.
He did a short called Restaurant Dogs. Haven't seen that. Chowda Heads. Haven't seen that. But the big one was 2002's Cabin Fever.
Well, Samurai, you're going to get a kick out of this. Darren's got a great story about Eli Roth and how he got into his work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Darren,
take it away.
First of all, Sexy Sumo was 100% right. Canon trailers are the best trailers.
Oh, the best trailers.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Canon everything is the best.
God, those trailers did.
Yeah.
In my early years as an actor, I auditioned. Part of what helped me learn screenwriting was reading, years and years and years of reading mediocre to bad scripts over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And so I still have that in my brain every time I sit down and write, because I go, oh, I just know how boring and what a slog it can be. And one day I get a script and, you get so jaded after a while, and I get the script and it's called Cabin Fever. And I start reading it, and within minutes, within pages, I'm like, whoa, this is, not only is this really well written, but this is a complete, I could just feel that it was a total, there was something, because it's interesting because I don't feel it in the movie per se, but in the script, I got this really strong John Carpenter vibe. Just something about in the way, in the writing, in the suspense. I just got the like something like The Thing and a little Halloween, but definitely The Thing. And the script was really good. And so it was one of the rare times I went, wow, I'm actually really excited for this audition. So I auditioned for it, got callbacks, got pretty close to one of the lead roles.
Oh wow!
So
wow.
I met with Eli, and in the audition, did the audition. We were doing the auditioning and everything. I talked to him after, and I walked up to him and I said, hey, am I crazy in thinking that, because obviously this was before Eli Roth was Eli Roth. So I mean, he was, not famous at all.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm feeling, and I named a few influences. I was like, I'm feeling like Major. He does. And obviously, and I didn't know that back then, right? So I go, I'm feeling like Major John Carpenter vibes in here, and Major. And I started kind of naming off some of the, and he was like, his eyes got really huge, and he went, whoa, you got that from reading it? And I go, yeah, big time. I'm like, I'm seeing this as the thing, but you're doing it in the woods and it's exactly what I was thinking. I wanted to do the thing, but I wanted to, and like, we just geeked out on horror for like a long time. And so anyway, for I don't want to say what role, because it's just disrespectful. The person got it, but anyway, I got close to getting it, ended up not getting the part, but
no, fuck that guy. I could say it.
Yeah. But Eli was really cool, and we hit it off really well.
Nice.
They wanted to go with who was a more name at the time, so I ended up not really having a shot. But yeah, it was very cool. And then obviously to see where he went from there was a trip, because he obviously became Eli Roth after that.
Right. Copy that.
Hostile.
It was the Pancakes Kid role you were trying to get, right? Is that what you were trying to get?
It was the gas station attendant, or
Now that's an awesome story, bro. That's really cool, man. That's some cool behind the scenes shit. See, that's what you get when you hang out with the Gear Brothers. You get some stories. Yes. Now, what did you think about the movie? Honest thoughts.
Being that I'm going to be saying a lot of giving Eli a lot of love here, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie.
Okay.
In fairness, being completely real, whenever I lost roles, I always watched the movie through the filter of being very harsh on it, because it was like, I didn't get the role, and so I would be being young, and so in fairness, I probably need to do a rewatch on it to be completely fair, because the very next movie I watched of his blew my mind. It is one of my top favorite horror ever, So,
right. Jeff, what did you think of
a lot of
copy
it?
that?
What did you
think of Cabin Fever?
Yeah, look, I've only seen it once. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really, the writing is just super smart. I love the dialogue and the characters. I love the story. I really dug it overall. But I think by that point I was so. I mean, it just didn't. It didn't seem to meet the real gold standard for me, which is Hostel in his pantheon of movies. I would in fact, I don't put Cabin Fever is probably a little lower on my list of his films.
Right.
At least, like, it's probably like top 5, but it's probably like 5 or something like that.
You know that movie has a remake, right?
I do, but I haven't seen it.
I heard it's not good.
I kind of avoided that one like the plague.
And I really do need to do a fair rewatch of it. I really do, because
I do too. I do too. I haven't seen that movie in years, but the Pancake Kid always gets a laugh because it's wild.
It like 2 years ago, and I actually it's a good movie. I think you can't.
Okay.
I think if you walk away, you're not going to go, oh, that movie.
When we went to go see it, we had fun with it.
Yeah.
It was, especially when you watch that type of movie with a crowd.
Right.
Yeah. It was fun. But we were, I'm going to be honest, we were a little disappointed because of the hype. By the time we got around to watching it, there was a lot of hype for it.
Right.
And I don't know. I remember even in like the TV spots or trailers, I don't know if it was Peter Jackson's name or Guillermo del Toro's name, saying like, this is the best thing since Evil Dead, and like really, and we were like, oh my God, we got to go see this. And it was entertaining. but you know, I don't bow down and worship the cabin fever dick. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
I may love it after rewatching it, but I know, yes, the Cabin Fever prequel. Yeah. Was that Cabin Fever 2? Because that was garbage. There we go. Cabin Fever 2 or 3 or whatever. Oh, you're talking about the remake. But yeah, there's a sequel or something.
There's a sequel. They remade it. Yeah, they've done a bunch with it.
It makes the first Cabin Fever look like Vertigo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a bad movie at all. There's some fun to be had for Cabin Fever. But I wasn't like going crazy like everybody else was. But now, the next film and his repertoire, I don't know what The Rotten Fruit is, but Hostel was 2005. That was the big one.
Yeah, that movie was
masterpiece.
Revelatory. It's like that was like a revelation when I saw that one.
That was that the official film that started the torture porn, or was it Saw?
It was.
When did Saw come out?
Saw was 2003, I believe.
Yeah, good question.
I think they might have the same.
I guess Saw started the idea, and then Hostel perfected made it an actual genre now,
right?
With the torture porn genre, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Hostel came out a year later in 2005.
Okay.
So Saw was 2004. Yeah, Hostel, man. Yeah, and that really is just such an exemplar case of the left turn in a film where it's really effective, where they don't drop the ball, where it's able to kind of take you from a movie like Euro Trip and then angle it into like some of the like most effective horror ever.
Yeah.
You know, basically,
I wish I would have seen
Euro Trip into Saw. Like
right, yeah. I wish I would have seen
slow burn. I love that they take like 45 minutes or whatever it is. They take such a long time, and I love it. I'm
surprised that movie was a hit because of that.
True,
because you know how the audience is, man.
Well, I think the Euro Trip
that keeps them entertained. Right.
You know, that got teenagers to go see it probably.
Well,
expect a party coming of age kind of, fun movie. Maybe there'll be some scary stuff, but everyone will be,
But they did a smart thing. Whose ever idea it was, I wonder if it was in the script or not. The title sequence being in that underground with the whistling and the sweeping and all the blood was brilliant, because that movie starts and you're like, okay, right, I'm in for it in this motherfucker, and then you go the 45 minutes, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, it makes it so that you feel this impending doom the whole first 45,
they're gonna get fucked up. Someone's getting fucked up and
somehow we're going back to where that guy is, pushing, mopping up blood and whistling. Like, how could you whistle mopping up blood?
I wish we would have saw in theater. I mean, not saw Hostel in theater instead of Cabin Fever. We would have had we probably would have had more fun with that one. 8mm, was that torture porn? That's a torture porn movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that
with Nicolas Cage.
Was that torture porn though?
It was about torture. It was literally about torture porn, like snuff films and shit.
Right. Interesting.
So not as a genre. Yeah.
As a genre, right? That was just the subject matter, right? All right. So, man, it's been so long since I've seen the sequels. I remember hating the third one, but he didn't do the third one. Somebody else did the third. But what did you guys think of 2? I don't remember 2 that well, but I don't remember.
What's funny is that I like 2, but I love 1 more. But I'll tell you this though. Or you're over there, Darren. Darren told me, he goes, I remember you even telling me, Darren, you were like, dude, 2 might even be better than 1. You were really 2 after you had seen it.
Well,
I gotta rewatch it now.
Not after you saw it, but
this is what I
say. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to misquote you.
No. I don't know if I would say it was a better film. What I said was 2 was more brutal and more and harder to watch, way harder to watch
right.
than 1. The one one, I feel like I can get through it, and it's almost more psychological.
Yeah. That one's more psychological.
Like, it's just rough. It's really, really rough. So but I think really good. Really good.
I need to rewatch it because it's been a long time. I don't remember hating it like 3. 3, I was like, fuck you.
Well,
Garbage.
You have to give full disclaimers.
We can't speak on 3, and here's why.
I'm going to give honest disclaimers. I'm going to give honest disclaimers, just like I was honest about. I probably don't have a fair opinion about the first half of year. I can't. The problem with Hostel 3 is that we know one of the guys really well. That is one of the leads in Hostel 3, and then also Scott Spiegel, who was the original writer. He's a legend. He wrote Evil Dead 2 and he basically helped create the Evil Dead universe with Sam Raimi. He produced Hostel and Hostel 2, and then he directed Hostel 3. He is a huge fan of the Retaliators, and we got to screen the film for Scott Spiegel at his house. So Mr. Scott Spiegel can do no wrong in our
Well, did he write Hostel 3?
No, I think he.
Well, then it's not his fault.
I think he just directed it,
It's not his fault.
And then our friend Skylar Stone is one of the actors in it.
He's not his fault. He's doing his job.
And incidentally, Skylar Stone is at the end of the Retaliators.
He's the guy that gets punched at the end of the Retaliators.
Oh, that's right. That's
the
awesome.
guy who's the jerk to the
at the end.
The daughter.
The daughter,
the spoilers.
He's one of the guys. He's the guy that gets the most brutal death in Hostel 3, the one where his face is ripped off.
Right. Hey, not Scott's fault and your friend's fault. It's not their fault. They're just there doing their job.
Hey,
it's just the script. They needed you guys to do.
I love the film. I love the film, but we just have to give that disclaimer so you can't trust us. But I am.
Right. You have to choose whether we're telling the truth or not.
The Gear Brothers are never being invited back. They are banned now from the dojo. No, it's all good. It's all good. All right, let's keep going here. Of course, the Thanksgiving segment for the Grindhouse, which is now a movie, which we're gonna lead up to that. Let's see. He did some Hemlock Grove episode there. All right, now the next 2 get a lot of hate.
Yeah,
and I don't know why, but let's talk about it. So the first one, I mean, they get destroyed. You have the Green Inferno, which is his homage to Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
Now, I didn't like the sequel bait ending of the Green Inferno. I thought that was really cheesy and out of nowhere.
Actually, you say that. Me and Darren have the same critique.
Jeff,
that was like, what are you doing?
Literally thought the ending had to. I truly believe
last minute
somebody tacked on and made him do that at the end. I guarantee it, because that ending feels so tacked on by a studio, right? It just doesn't feel. It was perfect up till there. I mean, if you're not a Cannibal Holocaust, if you're into an homage to Cannibal Holocaust, look no further. I mean, that's what the movie delivers. It's what it promises. If you're not going to like it.
It fucking delivers, man.
But the ending is like,
what are we doing? Dude, I think you guys nailed it. It feels tacked on. Because I was like, what the hell is this?
Dude, I've never felt more uncomfortable in my seat watching a film than when that dude starts beating off in that cage. I'm sorry. It just, I mean, like, Eli Roth, thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's the next one that is very, because that gets a lot of hate. What's the other one that gets a lot of hate?
Knock Knock.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know.
Jeff and I will go crazy over this.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Zero sense to me.
Love that. I mean, that is one of my favorite thrillers. Another one that's kind of horror, kind of not. But I think you could just call it a straight up just thriller. I mean, that is absolutely one of my favorite thrillers of the last decade. I mean, I just love that fucking movie.
Dude,
if you watch Knock Knock,
caps off. It's the only other movie that I can think of that has a Pixies "Where Is My Mind" ending. because Fight Club has the very famous one.
Yeah.
Ends with that song. Bro, this is the other Where's My Mind movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's just and the ending is so great because it's like they leave going, don't party too hard, don't have too big of a party. And then it's at the end, you walk through what that fucking house looks like. I mean, it's
so good.
It's so brilliant. And when you just see how trash that movie gets, you just go, what the fuck? I mean, that's a movie I could just watch over and over again. I just have Keanu. I love Keanu Reeves in it.
Right. Here's the test.
My second.
Here's the test.
If not my favorite.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, here's the test. If you're watching Knock Knock with someone, and Keanu Reeves' character yells out, "It was free pizza," and that person does not laugh, they didn't get the movie.
Well,
the movie clearly
comedy.
It's a dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
It's an obvious dark comedy.
Yeah.
Now I had the. Go ahead.
Oh no! What was crazy about it actually was me and Darren went to one of these a movie club in LA where they screen 35mm and stuff, and they have this guy there. They had access to these like trailer compilations that these guys who work on these things put together. And they put together, dude. They had so many classic canon movie trailers from the 80s. It was a treasure trove of great stuff. And one of them, as it was playing, it was called The Death Game.
Right, I was getting to that. Yeah,
and I had never seen. I had at that point. When I saw Knock Knock and I loved it, I didn't realize that it was me
neither.
A loose remake of
The
Death Game. Yeah. And so when I saw that trailer, I was like, "Oh my god, this is Knock Knock." And I was like, "Wait, he's got to know that. Like, obviously, it's Eli fucking Roth. You know what I mean?" And, and so you just do a quick Wikipedia search, and it's like, "Oh, okay, it totally is."
And it's the movie that introduced the world to Ana de Armas, who's a big, huge popular
star now.
Actress now. So when we saw the movie, me and my wife loved it, and we were laughing our asses off. And afterwards was when we looked up comments and reviews, and we were like, "Oh my god, people fucking hate this movie. They say it's the worst film they ever seen in their life," and we were like so confused. Then later, I found out. Later, I found out it was a remake of Death Game because I was looking up Clint Eastwood movies, and that actress that's in Death Game is in a lot of his films, and that's how I discovered Death Game. And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I had the honor of interviewing David Worth. David Worth came here on the channel, hung out. He's a sweet man. I may have him come back. He wants to come back and talk more movies. He's a sweet man. So I had to ask him. Was he directed Death Game? I had to ask him. I still have not seen it yet. I have not seen it yet. But I had to ask him, so what is your honest thoughts of Knock Knock?
Yeah.
And him being a sweet old man, he did not bash it. He did not pull a John Carpenter talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. He did not do that. All right. But he said, he had a smile on his face, and he said, they did the best they could. He's sweet. He's such a sweetheart. He goes, they tried. That's it. He didn't bash it. He didn't say it was horrible. He didn't say don't watch it. It's a disgrace. But he says, it's my film is the original, but they did their best they could. And he had a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
But now I want, there you go, Sandra Locke. Thank you, Anubis. That's her name.
Sandra Locke,
she's in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies.
Oh yeah.
I want to. I think Death Game just now, after all these years, finally came out on video. Like it's on Blu-ray now. Finally.
Wow.
So I can't wait to watch it. If I can't find it streaming, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
And it's probably for the better that we enjoyed and saw Knock Knock first, and enjoyed Knock Knock for what it is and for what he was trying to do with that. But yeah, I may love Death Game more than Knock Knock. You never know, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna hate Knock Knock now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Knock Knock is like a 4 point something out of 10 on IMDb right now.
Does not make any sense to me.
But Green Inferno, I mean, obviously Cannibal Holocaust is Cannibal Holocaust, right?
That's got to be lower.
That's another level. But Green Inferno, I enjoyed, except for that ending. I enjoyed the brutality of such a mainstream horror movie that got released in mainstream theaters everywhere was that brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know if we really get that now. I don't think we do.
No, probably not.
Like mainstream horror movie release, something that brutal. I remember when Halloween 2018 came out, and people were like, "Oh my god, this is the most brutal!" I'm like, "Oh my god,
Oh, that's
really,
fun.
dude?"
Well,
it was brutal off-screen deaths. Yeah,
And I should, little thing here. Maybe this would be a little controversial. Here comes a spicy take. Okay.
yeah.
My favorite of that trilogy was Halloween Ends.
Wow.
I'm just gonna leave that there.
Holy shit! Wow.
It was my favorite of the trilogy.
Wow.
And I genuinely enjoyed it. I genuinely had a good time.
Hey, we can all agree to disagree and still be friends.
Call me motherfucking crazy.
It's all right. It's all right, Jeff. We still love you, brother. Wow.
What I wanted to say about
I want to
Eli
know.
Roth,
I would like to. I'm just curious what you enjoyed about that.
I don't know if I have a
the
very
others.
worked out view on it yet. I kind of have to go back to the trilogy and rewatch it. But in terms of enjoyment, okay, like when I'm done watching the movie and how do I feel?
Of course, Aaron would enjoy Halloween Ends. Of course, he would.
Well,
I am not surprised.
I got more
the
out of it.
champion of Friday the 13th Part 5
It
would
was
love Halloween Ends. I'm not surprised.
the one time where I felt like I'm afraid to say anything because people hate this movie so much.
Fine. You could. It's on my channel. You could talk about it. It's all
but
good.
I like that they went in a different direction away from Michael Myers because it felt like Michael Myers
was the same thing over and over again.
It's the same thing over and over again, and he was just almost absurdly indestructible. And for the first time, it was like he's not anymore,
right?
And he's weakened somehow, and somebody else is becoming murderous.
Yeah.
And kind of like the town is making him a murderer. I think that was part of it too. And I kind of like that theme of it where it's like, so I really enjoyed watching that play out because it felt fresh to me.
Okay.
So I think it was more just the freshness of the scenario.
I think that's what Red Letter Media said as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it was Jay from Red Letter Media said the same thing you said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there you go. You're not alone.
All right. I'm not alone. Thank goodness.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Actually, this reminds me, Anubis. I should have did it. I should have did it when the movie came out, but it's never too late. It's never too late. But I wanted to do a versus episode and bring Aaron on the channel because I know he's a huge Friday the 13th Part 5 fan.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th Part 5 against Halloween Ends, baby. That's because it's literally the same thing.
Oh, it is.
It subverts your expectations. Someone else is the killer movie.
You're right.
That's what Part 5 is.
That'd be a fun versus. We should
yeah.
do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, we should do it, Anubis. I'll have to, whenever I feel like bringing verses back, I'll hit up Aaron.
Got to do it.
Because this will be interesting since he loves both films.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, fuck you, Samurai. God damn it. Don't make me pick. But it'll be interesting. Yeah. We need more scenes of kids falling over handrails.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Yeah. But hey, it's all love here, baby. That's right.
Hey, we're all different.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going here. South of Hell is a series. He did an episode on that. Now we are big Charles Bronson fans. Again, check our 10 to Midnight review, guys, if you haven't seen it. Honest thoughts of Death Wish.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Sam. I have
Did a dark cloud just hover over the stream right now?
Yeah. It's one of those where it's hard for me because when you love somebody and you don't want to watch them do something bad, it's like you're almost like scared they're gonna do something bad, because of what they're like. It's like watching your kid, I don't know, like go, drive through a gang riddled street. You know what I mean? It's like, is something bad gonna happen? I don't want to see that play out. And so I think I've avoided it.
Oh,
pretty willingly.
okay.
Like I don't, you know,
haven't seen it.
I'm willing to see it if pressed, but every time I've seen it kind of go by, I'm like, I love Eli Roth. You know, this doesn't seem like it's the typical genre of him either.
Right.
You know, it's a little, obviously Death Wish is not a horror film. So it's kind of like, I feel like I should give it a chance, but yeah, I've been a little scared of watching it.
Have you seen it, Darren?
Well, here's what's funny is enormous Bronson fan. I will tell you the truth. I have not seen it either.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you being hesitant.
And you know what? I will watch it. I will watch it. You know what it is? It's one of those movies where, because it's Eli Roth and I love Eli Roth, and because it's Bruce Willis and I love Bruce Willis, and because it's a remake of Death Wish and I love Death Wish, it's kind of like, even if the movie's not good, it's going to be like listening to like a record from a band that I love, that even if it's not good, I'm going to pop it in because it's a band I love and I'm going to give it, it's like, I know I'll enjoy pieces of it. I know I will, but I have been sort of like, for whatever reason, I missed it when it came out. I loved the trailer when it was out. Yeah, I love Death Wish too.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Here's
Anubis. It's all about the crackdown, dude. Don't be.
Oh, bro.
Crackdown's great too. We should do a Death Wish Films ranked video. We should do that. Anubis, you down for that?
There's gonna be some surprises there for sure.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's also everybody will have a different ranking. It'll be fun. That sounds like fun, man.
Oh, you could go so many directions with them because. Oh yeah, no, I won't get started on it now.
No.
There's no right or wrong. It's just fun. I'm just saying which order we'll talk about the movies. Yeah. Anubis is down. Now here's my take on here's my take on Death Wish.
Yeah,
me and Sumo saw it in theater. We came out not hating it.
Okay.
And then I bought it on Blu-ray for really super cheap. It was like $3-4. It was like a steal or a steal. I have never watched it. I've had it on Blu-ray for several years. I've never put it in. So
it's a movie night coming up.
Movie night. I'll bring it over, bro. Our movie night we were supposed to have a year ago.
Yeah. We rain checked a year. Yeah,
we rain checked. I'll bring Death Wish over. You come over.
I'm down, man.
Yeah, either way. But Death Kiss. Yeah, it's kind of sad. There's a Bronson exploitation now, right? Yeah. No, I heard that actor's a sweet man, or he's a very nice guy. He's not like an asshole. I heard he's a sweet guy. I reviewed one of his movies. I had guests from some of his movies that were in there. There were stuntmen, martial artists, and stuff like that. And I can have fun with him because he's just working, trying to make a buck, and he's known to be a Bronson lookalike. So before he started acting, so it's not like, hey, let me capitalize. Right. Like he was doing that before he got the role. So me and Sumo watched Death Kiss, and Death Kiss was extremely low budget, but we actually ended up liking that more than the Bruce Willis movie.
Whoa! Okay, I gotta watch that then. That's
it's not like it's amazing, but we kind of just enjoyed it. It just felt more like a traditional Death Wish movie. The Eli Roth one, the social media is involved and the internet's involved. And he becomes famous online as a vigilante. It's a small spoiler. It doesn't matter.
I see what they kind of
it doesn't matter. Now, if you compare the Bruce Willis one to the original, it has more action. It's way more violent. It's way gorier. So today's audience will most likely enjoy the Bruce Willis Death Wish more than the original. They'll probably think the original is boring, like Bone Tomahawk. But it's just missing something. You may watch it when I finally bring it over or whatever. You may watch it. You may enjoy it, but you'll forget about it an hour later.
Interesting. Okay.
Kind of a forgettable film.
Yeah. And I still don't know why I bought it. I'm like, why did I buy this? Oh, it was cheap. That's why. But I've had it for years. I've had it for years, and I've never watched it since. So
yeah, I'm down to watch. I really would like an opinion on it.
Oh, but this might be perfect revisiting it with you guys.
Yeah. I've only seen so I have a funny kind of what's the word I'm looking for? A blind spot with the Death Wish series because I haven't seen 2 or 3, but I've seen all the others. I saw 4 and 5.
You haven't seen Death Wish 2 and 3?
I haven't seen 2 and 3.
Oh,
Darren,
I know.
Darren, what are you doing?
I failed Jeff on the Death Wish series. I got not on other Bronson runs. Bro, so he's good on the others. But
that's it. 4 and 5, Death Wish marathon.
I dare you guys. I look. I don't think.
Ooh, thank you, Sumo.
I'm going to watch 2 and 3. I'm still going to think 4 and 5 are the best.
2
will
is
you now?
Let's put it to the test. Let's put it to the test.
That's it. Darren.
He's got bazookas in the city and shit.
Don't spoil it.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Darren, that's it.
Bro.
I'm coming over, or you guys are coming over here. We're watching 2, 3, and then the remake. Boom.
Oh, I love it.
Death Wish marathon.
You might have to do
pizza, beer. Let's do it.
We have to throw in Family of Cops in there. We have to do a Family of Cops.
Wow. Ooh, pulling from the series there.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go Family of Cops. Dude.
We got to do it, Darren. We got to bring Jeff into the fold, but it's actually perfect. 2, 3, and then the remake.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sumo. I thank you for reminding me of this. The best Death Wish remake, the real Death Wish remake, is the uncut version of Death Sentence. If you have not seen Death Sentence, it is fucking phenomenal.
Never seen it.
It stars Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And this is the real, in my opinion, in the spirit of the real Death Wish. Death Sentence kicks Death Wish remake's ass. There's no comparison. It's not even close.
You know, it's the same writer, right? The guy that wrote the novel of Death Wish. I think it's Brian Garfield. He wrote.
And you know, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
you guys have got to see Death Sentence, man.
It's very Death Wish. I
love Kevin
feel
Bacon.
like I saw it when it came out. I think I liked it. I don't remember. I need to rewatch it again.
But here's the crazy thing, and it always bothers me, is that this is directed by James Wan. And no one talks about it. No one mentions it. When people go through James Wan's filmography, they always say, hold on, let me click on something real quick. They always mention Saw, the guy who did Saw and Aquaman. they will mention Aquaman before they mention Death Sentence. It's almost like it's shh. We don't want to tell people about that one. You hear more people talk about dead silence. Was it deadly silence? Dead silence. What is it? Let me see.
It's interesting that there's a connection between, the Bronson Death Wish, that whole world. Eli
Dead
Roth,
silence.
James Wan.
Yeah. Insidious, The Conjuring, Fast and Furious 7, Aquaman, Malignant. You hear people, they'll mention every single movie that he's popular for, even the puppet movie, Dead Silence, and they will not, nobody fucking mentions Death Sentence.
Wow. I hadn't even heard of it.
There you go.
I love James Wan films. So, I'm going to crack that one open.
Yeah. So we got to spread the word. Check out Death Sentence. All right, let's keep it going here. Eli Roth, Knock Knock. Let's see, The House with a Clock in Its Walls. What's that?
I think that's it's like a kids movie,
family comedy fantasy.
Yeah, it's
Jack Black.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Trailer of it. It looked. I mean,
I never heard of this.
Kids when it came out, it wasn't bad.
It was okay.
Bad. Yeah.
Wow, it's interesting. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm doing a different genre now."
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That's kind of what I like about the spirit of Eli Roth, is that he really just, it feels like he's just doing his thing. It's like there can't be people suggesting, you know what, I think you should do a Cannibal Holocaust remake. I think you should remake Death Game. I think you should, try to go on sacred ground and redo, Death Wish. It's like, it just feels like he just very much does what he's interested in, which I think is cool,
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Well, speaking of that, his next project was a documentary on sharks.
Yeah.
It's called Finn. So Eli Roth and a professional group of scientists, researchers, and activists sail around the globe to unveil the truth behind the death of millions of sharks. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, he's big behind that cause. That's for sure.
And then after that, Eli Roth's Haunted House Trick VR Treat. It was like a short he did.
Yeah.
But the next two big one, the big one, well, I guess, is he still trying to do that Borderlands game movie?
I don't
know.
Have
it listed here.
I keep seeing that he is and it isn't, or, I don't know.
But I'm not going to lie, man. I should have did a trailer reaction to it, but I'm not going to lie. Thanksgiving looks fucking fun, bro.
Dude, looks...
We should go see that in the theater together.
Dude, I am down.
I looks like old school slasher.
Dude.
Yes,
right? Like, I started getting like teenage, like, whoa, this is like, right? I mean, I don't know. I just started getting old school slasher in the theater vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like him fully in his element where he does his best work.
Right.
And feels like a return to form. Like, not I don't want to make it sound like he hasn't been as good as he was since like Hostel or something. Like I said, I love Knock Knock. I love all those other movies, but this feels like it's like in that wheelhouse of, classic horror tropes and stuff like that. Like,
right.
It looks really,
I don't know. Was there a red band version of the trailer? I don't remember. Was there a lot of blood in there? I don't remember. But yeah, you could do a reaction, Anubis.
It looks.
We won't spoil it then.
Trailer. I mean, put it this way: the trailer's so good. The kills in the trailer looked awesome. Like it
looks like there's going to be some good stuff. Yeah,
great.
But yeah, go do a reaction. Anubis.
It looks like this has the potential to become my favorite. Eli Roth film. And that's exciting when you go to see, like when Death Wish came out, there was no way I was going to even look. I might really love Death Wish. I don't think there's any way that I'm going to walk out of Death Wish and go, this is my favorite Eli Roth film. Right, and the same with the clock on the wall or whatever. Like you go into that movie. Yeah, I might really like it. I'm not saying I might really love it, but it's like that bar of the best Eli Roth is really fucking high. You know what I mean? So, but watching the trailer, it was, I was walking away going, oh, this could be so epic. Like this is going to jump up the list and, maybe overtake Hostel. So, I'm really
I just love the speed and the furiosity of the swings. That shit, dude, not this slow ass fucking shit. Like he's just trying so hard to slice and dice. I love the speed.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So I'm now on. That's it for him as of right now. I'm on writer now. So let me see if there's anything.
Yeah, I know he's definitely written more movies.
Oh my god, he did the Man with the Iron Fist screenplay. Oh my god, that was a Riz's homage to old school classic martial art movies, kung fu movies, which I'm surprised I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah,
I didn't know he wrote it. He did the screenplay for the Cabin Fever remake. But it's a remake. So it's using the same thing probably. Fright Crewe, Krewe. It's a series he did. He did 10 episodes. Let me see. What is this? Oh, this is some animated movie. Show. It's an animated show. DreamWorks.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, he did. It's on Hulu. Season 1's on Hulu. Him and James Frey created the show. It's animated. Interesting. It looks like it's for kids. But yeah, not really that much. I thought he wrote a lot more.
His films are so impactful to me. It does make it feel like his body of work is bigger than it is. You know, it's sort of kind of a Kubrick effect. You know what I mean? Like where it always seems like Kubrick had way more films than he did. You know what I mean? Just because the ones that he did make, they just counted a lot. They weigh a lot. You know, not everyone was amazing. You know, there's some early Kubrick films that I'm like, I'm a little split on Full Metal Jacket too. But yeah, I kind of feel like Eli Roth has that same kind of vibe to him. You know,
copy that. Did you guys see Sisu?
No.
It's right up your alley, bro.
I got close to watching it, but I haven't.
It's right up your alley. And Anubis says he needs that Retaliators poster.
All right.
Can you buy that?
You
Is
can.
Is it on Amazon or something?
Is it that one that you can buy, Darren?
We've got a merch. There's merch on the Retaliators. I think it's retaliatorsmovie.com. I think you can buy, there's a bunch of stuff on there you can buy. There's shirts and we've got a we have a big line of merch coming out actually. I don't know if I can announce it yet. But it's in a
you'll keep us posted.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. It's gonna be awesome.
Now, this movie here kind of goes along with the topic before we started talking about Eli Roth. Have you guys seen Aftershock?
Yes.
All
right.
I know of it. That's his earthquake movie, right?
Brutal fucking movie.
Did you like Aftershock?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember if I liked it or not. I saw it once. I remember it was very brutal. That's all I remember.
Yeah, there's a brutal kills in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not a fan. I was not liking it at all. But I don't know why. I feel if I watch it again, I will laugh hysterically, and this will be a good bad movie experience.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
But yeah, this is like, it's his earthquake movie, but it could be horror if you look at it a different way.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling if I watch it again, I'm gonna enjoy it. But at first, I was like, "What kind of movie is this? What are we doing?" Like I was really frustrated with the characters. I was frustrated.
Yeah.
There's a Norwegian film called The Quake. And I highly recommend that movie. In my book, it is like the perfect earthquake movie. It's like it's the gold standard for
what
I love disaster. Disaster, that's a whole other category we could go on. But like,
well, now you have to watch Aftershock.
Huge. Now I have to. Totally. And I also really liked it for being a big fan of like disaster films. I really loved the Gerard Butler one that came out not too long ago, Greenland.
Oh yeah, I heard good things about that one.
Dude, I thought that was awesome.
2018, The Wave was only the beginning.
The Wave is really good too.
In 1904, an earthquake of magnitude of 5.4 on the Richter scale shook Oslo, with an epicenter in the Oslo Graben, which runs under the Norwegian capital. There are now signs that indicate that we can expect a major future earthquake. And is this a plot synopsis, or you're reporting the news? Who wrote this? Please, I might as well keep reading. Please stay in your houses and
we're getting like news tickers. It's all
underneath the tables. Stay away from the windows and the glass.
The movie is dramatic. Okay, it's not going to feel like
it looks good. It looks good, but that plot synopsis, Jesus Christ,
it's
who
awful.
wrote that?
Yeah.
Who cleared that? What the hell is this? Oh my goodness. No, it's not a Chinese movie. It's a movie by Eli Roth. He did the script. It's an earthquake movie. That's the one we were talking about. But yeah, I have a feeling if I watch it again, I'm gonna be busting out, especially if I have some brewskis in me or something.
Yeah,
I'll be rolling, man. Yeah, man. This is a blast talking horror with you guys tonight, man.
Fun,
I know
man.
So much fun, man.
You look getting a little tired, Darren.
Way overdue. What's that, buddy?
You getting a little tired? Ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to roll.
Jeff, you said this
You
was
look over at me,
cleared
I
for
got-
8 hours.
I got the
stream,
ring tape
Jeff.
on them all. I'm like, Jeff.
But it's supposed to be 8-hour stream, Jeff. You lied.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, it's always a blast having you guys here
Always
talking movies. We're gonna do more of that. No more of this hooking up once a year shit.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
The fuck were we thinking, man?
Let's
Hold
hear
on.
this.
Well, look at this guy. Oh,
Dude,
look at it.
Oh, you do not want to see me drink. Okay.
But yeah, we got to do it. We got to have some fun. Death Wish marathon, or at least those 3 movies.
Yeah.
And then we got to get together for Thanksgiving. That might be fun to watch that in theaters together, man.
Let's do it.
We'll review it right after too. Out of the theater reaction.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm into
So
it.
hey, you guys know what to do. Glad you guys enjoyed yourselves watching and hanging out and talking horror with us. You guys have some great recommendations as well. Yes.
Oh yeah, I wrote down a bunch of people's recommendations.
Yeah. The Devils. I hope that's number 1.
That is on. Yep. Let me check. Yep. That made it. Kung Fu did too.
Don't watch it with any religious people around you.
I'm gonna watch it with my mom.
No. Oh man, we'll never hear from you again. But this was awesome. Hey, everybody watch it. Don't forget. That's right. The Retaliators is on Amazon Prime Tubi. You can buy the Blu-ray, baby. Check the link in the description box below. Follow the Gear Brothers. Follow the Retaliators on some Instagrammers. That's right. Continue to follow them and their filmmaking journey. You know your boy here, Samurai Guy. That's right. I am officially a Gear Brother now. I'm in the family. And, we're going to be hanging out and having some more fun with some more future videos. Keep enjoying that horror genre, baby. It's one of the greatest genres of all time. Keep it rocking. Keep it rolling. Anubis, there you go. Subscribe to Anubis. Follow him on YouTube. Oh, yeah. And don't forget.
Catch Oppenheimer. Go out and see Oppenheimer.
Watch Oppenheimer. Beat Jeff's score. Watch it 11 times. Beat his score so you can message him and rub it in his face. Don't forget, check our review of 10 to Midnight. It is absolutely phenomenal. And don't forget to join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hang out with Samurai Guy, Jose Prendez, and Doug Bradley, and a lot more. That's right. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hey, that's what this channel's all about. Meeting people, having a laugh, having fun, and enjoying ourselves, and especially the horror genre. All right, guys, take care. Don't you guys go anywhere. And I'll see you guys